The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Hey! 6:32, the Bethel Revival Choir. A very, very powerful song. Ahead of their live album recording, 3rd November 2024, Global Evangelical Church, Kotobabi, changing the face of gospel music with this amazing, innovative, and powerful rendition of Anagbaja medley. Welcoming you to a great show. Today is the Wednesday edition, 16th day of October 2024. Song has many moving parts. The fire that He's lit in me will not go out. It's a fire that destroys yokes, keeps me ablaze. The fervor of that fire will take me through my next stage. A really, really great song. Light a fire, catch a fire, be a fire. Scripture says John was a burning and a shining light. You must be incandescent. Something must set you on fire for bringing change to your community, your country, and also your cohorts. The fire must keep burning. Keep it burning. That's what we do on the Citi Breakfast Show every morning. Great questions, great conversations. Starting off with Business Sense, brought to you by ADB. Talk to us for a better deal, a longer tenor, a lower interest. Reach us on 0302-210-210. We have some great news from ADB. Money to reclaim and reduce NPLs. It's a story we'll be reviewing later on the show today. Starting off with the newspaper review segment, business news, sports. Ghana Black Stars. Somebody calculated that if we lost against Sudan, we have a 0.01% chance of qualifying. If we had drawn, probably 25%. If we had won, it would have been in the 60s. Oh my Lord. Black Stars, Ghana soccer. President speaks on Galamsey in the north, generating some controversy. All of that and more on the program today. And police give more details of that gruesome crash on Saturday. We'll bring you some highlights of all the things we know so far. It's an interactive show. 054-998-6996. Total Excellium is proud to be associated with the newspaper review. It's a new formula, an additive enriched formula that cleans your engine, extends its life, and lowers your fuel consumption. You drive, sir, whilst you reduce your CO2 emissions. And of course, we are brought to you as well by Fidelity Bank. Our purpose is to inspire your success and collaborate with you every step of the way. Whatever it is you do to add value to the world, remember, your efforts are conspiring to make your plans happen. And we at Fidelity say, believe with us. Ebefa.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
We understand the excitement and preparations that comes when your child gains admission into senior high school. But we at the Agricultural Development Bank, ADB PLC, also understand the financial burden this comes with. The chop box, trunk, school mattress, you name it. That's why we have partnered with Prospectus Ghana Limited to offer financial support for parents by introducing the ADB Quick Purchase. With a smart loan of up to 20,000 Ghana cedis, you can pick up all the items on your child's prospectus for school. ADB PLC offers you a repayment plan of 12 months to relieve you of all that heavy financial burden. Every ADB customer who receives their salaries through the bank, military and police personnel, and all other workers on the Controller and Accountant General's payroll qualify for this facility. Walk into any ADB branch nationwide or any Prospectus Ghana Limited office near you to apply for the ADB Quick Purchase. Terms and conditions apply. ADB, the People's Bank. ADB, truly a Greek and more.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Just a mana, some pass, some tea, sumana, papa, none of play to my missing there. And so what where are you? Only about them from my simple. What me up? Some tea, sumana,
my lord, if I'm to follow this song, there will be no review. The intro alone is like 3 minutes. Charlie, you know, these days you don't have time. You know, the musicians of the past, they used to have a lot of time.
Yeah.
This is he's just setting the song, you know. And he will do a whole formation dance before he starts. He learned from Yala. Anyway, so we want to go into a newspaper review. Today is Wednesday.
Yeah.
And a lot of different stories. So the president has been speaking about many things. He's been campaigning whilst also saying goodbye in his tours, giving some jabs to the opposition leader. And then the Ghana Black Stars have conspired to make this a red October. It's just terrible.
It's a horrible
terrible performance. I mean, probably it's a sign of where we really are as a nation in football terms. So I don't know.
A sign of where we are as a nation.
And then you asked some questions a couple of days ago about the East Legon crash, and I think the police have issued a fuller statement and also taken some actions.
Yes.
So we can. I don't know if where you want to start.
That's where I want to start from.
All
the
right.
front page of the Daily Guide this morning. Police arrest Bishop and wife. Photo of Muha Amoakon and Bishop Elisha Salifu Amoakon on the front page of the paper. IPAC exposes NDC again. Independent MP's case. Afenyamarken seeks injunction. And then government is also showcasing the work it's doing in the central region. The First Lady has also unveiled a renovated council building.
The Ghanaian Times, let 2024 elections be peaceful. Yana appeals to Ghanaians. NDC unveils strategy to create 1.7 million jobs. Staying with the elections, EC releases revised provisional voter register after correcting discrepancies, removing anomalies. And Ghana Health Service records 9 cholera cases in Greater Accra. And on the back page, Sudan blight Black Stars AFCON chances.
Front page of the Herald newspaper, financial waste concerns and Gulf Parliament. NHIS covers 4 major health disorders from November. Deputy Trade Minister's coup in Akwapim North Municipality blocked.
If you go to the news center, it says Fitch also upgrades Ghana's credit rating, projects 68% debt to GDP ratio in 2025.
Nice.
Central Region showcases 350 new school facilities, roads and health facilities. Silent majority of Utah calls for strike to end after forcing cautions against skirt and blouse voting. And Bishop Salifu Amakun wife arrested over fatal East Legon.
A lot of stories today.
Yeah.
The front page of the Inquisitor has always a customary Napo story. So apparently today he's happy with the Akwetia MPP unity. Government of Parajan, they will come Napo, they no be joke. Bad markets, Galamsey investors grumble. On the
Meanwhile, he jabs everywhere. So whilst he's covering Napo, he's also covering NDC.
NDC says vote against MPP for destroying Ghana.
He's just moving forward. Interesting.
If you go to the Chronicle, Alan Cash leads mega victory walk in Kumasi.
All right.
Fisheries Ministry creates 3 million jobs. Varsity professors kick against UTAC strike. And there's the updates from the East Legon crash.
Okay.
Fisheries Ministry say they've done what?
They said they've created 3
million jobs. So it's even more than the jobs that the vice president wants to create next term. Yeah, but there are other versions of that story. So you
front page of the Republic Press has that Apenya Markin and the minority story. Salifu Marcus on the front page of the newspaper as well. And in Mamobi, that clash, man captured with weapon declared wanted.
All right.
If you go to the Ghanaian publisher, they also have a lot of the headlines we've mentioned already. They are the exceptions though. ADB recovers over 500 million cedis in NPLs in 9 months.
Wonderful.
I'll take to the back page of the Daily Graphic with a photo of a smiling James Kwesi Appiah, Sudanese coach.
The stone the builders rejected
Sudan
has come to destroy what is left of our own foundation.
Sudan stunned Ghana. Appiah disappointed in Black Stars' performance.
If you go to the ABC News, they also have a lot of the stories. The different one says EC begins online voter verification.
The Satellite has an interesting front page. They say Galamsey supporting.
Galamsey's supporter emerge on UTAC front on a strike bursting mission.
So it's basically the same story but from a different angle. So they are saying that these are Galamsey supporting lecturers who want to destroy the UTAC strike. So that's the angle they've taken. And then of course, Alan's event and other things.
Finally, from me, the front page of the BNFT, there's a feature that is interesting. Galamsey genocide. A national crisis of contamination. Really good one there.
Now, let me take you online. Channel1news.com. NDC will win all 3 Tema constituencies. This is the former MCE and MP for Tema East, Ashai Odampton, making a bold prediction. He says Tema is waking up to MPP's mediocrity. He says, meanwhile, Inus Afuseni is responding to President Akufo-Addo's call for John Mahama to declare his stance on Galamsey. He says Akufo-Addo is shamelessly politicizing Galamsey fight. Meanwhile, Babin defends ruling on this critical petition, seeking to declare seats of 4 MPs vacant. He says he would give out a reasoned judgment on Thursday. There are a number of stories on the constituency where our team visited Akwetia. So the Akwetia that you just reported on. The workers of the Fund Ghana Consolidated Diamonds appeal for government intervention. Very interesting revelations in that particular episode. Meanwhile, Jean Mensah says, stop spreading fake news and misinformation about EC to everybody. And then there are a few other stories. Budumburam rock blast, inadequate safety measures led to tragedy. So those are some headlines from Channel 1. If you go to Citi, there are a couple of stories. So of the 4 people who are going independent, the Amenfi Central MP is going independent. He's an NDC MP. He says, I am unbothered by petition to declare my seat vacant. He's insistent. Peter Yao Kwachi Aka is speaking. Akufo-Addo says, I took political risk in fight against Galamsey in 2020. Meanwhile, the Dabonkin tells him, you will be remembered as a true statesman. And then Atufosin says, Parliament must get involved in Galamsey because the president has failed to act. And then UTAC rejects claims of acting alone in declaring nationwide strike. So quite a lot of stories on the UTAC issue. If you go to my journal line, they spend a lot on the Parliament issue. For example, Clarissa Avoka's comment, MPs who betray trust of constituents must step aside. Atachia challenges Speaker's precedent on cross carpet, and all these stories around the Parliament, Fenyumakin, and all of those things. It says government presents new legislation to limit mining in forest reserves. Now, this is a confusing one because in the news this morning, Fenyumakin said he had not yet seen the LI or the executive communication to that effect. But my journal line is saying that government has presented a new LI to revoke the previous one. So we'll give you insights on that. Now, the last story is US election. Now, Trump is overtaking Kamala. Now, I'll give you two headlines to confirm this. Harris courts Black and Latino voters as polls suggest Trump gains. All right. This is BBC reporting. And then in other stories, they're basically saying that Kamala Harris, they do analysis of Michigan, and they said Kamala Harris entered Michigan with a big bang. Now she's fading away. So it looks like Donald Trump is
doing last minute catch up.
He probably even overtaking. He has overtaker's anointing.
Let's see.
So we'll see how that goes in this very interesting US election.
Well, let me start from page 46 of the Daily Graphic. Or Nathan, you want to take that story?
Well, the Ghanaian Times also has page
Their
3.
Page 2 crime stories are.
Yeah, they always
They
do
have
crime
a
on page 2.
nice
Ghanaian
splashing
Times.
of that. The story says the police yesterday arrested the founder and general overseer of Alive Chapel International, Bishop Elisha Salifu Amako, and his wife in connection with the East Legon road crash involving their son, which claimed the lives of 2 females last Saturday in Accra. Bishop Amako and his wife Muha Amako were in police custody assisting with investigations. The Director of Police Public Affairs Directorate, Assistant Commissioner of Police Grace Ansah Kofi, disclosed this in a press statement cited by the Ghanaian Times yesterday. ACP Ansah Kofi stated that, of course, they give the details of the crash, and they said that the 2 persons.
So I guess we need to explain that the reason they've been arrested is that the person driving the vehicle was below 18.
Minor, age 16.
So the parents will obviously be held liable for allowing the person to drive this vehicle. The other detail the police give is that there were 5 people in the Honda. 2 died, 3 are being treated. Then the 2 people in the Jaguar also being treated. So there are 5 people in hospital. And then 2 people died. So it involved almost, how many people? 7 people. Yeah. All right, let's come to the football.
The back page of the Daily Graphic. Then Sudan stunned Ghana. Ghana is qualified for the 2025 AFCON is in jeopardy after a 2-0 defeat to Sudan in a crucial Group F qualifier at the Martyrs of February Stadium in Benina, Libya. Second half goals from Ahmed Al-Tash and Mohamed Abdel Rahman within 3 minutes condemned the Black Stars to a crushing loss. Despite dominating possession throughout the game, Ghana's defensive mistakes and poor finishing cost them dearly. Meanwhile, Sudanese national team coach James Kwesi Appiah has expressed regret for Ghana's dwindling hopes of qualifying for the 2025 AFCON. In a post-match interview, the 64-year-old Ghanaian praised the quality of the Black Stars, but lamented their slim chances of advancing to the AFCON tournament in Morocco next year. Coach, Ghana's a good team. Unfortunately, one of us, either Sudan or Ghana.
Maybe you should have said Ghana's a good team, but bad coach and bad administration. He didn't say that, but it's terrible, So we'll talk about that later. Now, there are a few things. EC held an IPAC meeting yesterday. Give us a highlights, and then we'll go to Parliament. Lots of controversy. 4 MPs, will they lose their seats or not? Nathan?
Well, the Ghanaian Times page 11 has it here. It says the chairperson of the EC, Mrs. Jean Mensah, has announced the release of the revised provisional voter register for the upcoming general elections. She explained that the EC had corrected discrepancies and removed anomalies from the register, ensuring all eligible voters registered in 2020, 2023 and 2024 were included. At the IPAC meeting yesterday held in Accra, she said the revised register was available online free of charge, and political parties had been provided with soft copies on hard drives, and she assured stakeholders, including political parties, that the EC had made significant progress in addressing issues identified during the initial exhibition of the register.
The other interesting point about the EC in terms of the data, Greater Accra is a huge region. Do you know that over almost 15 or so constituencies with more than 100,000 people in this region? So we'll give analysis of that later on. Now, in Parliament, a lot of things are happening. The NDC had wanted to get 4 seats declared vacant. The majority leader has gone to the Supreme Court to try and arrest this. The Speaker says he will make a judgment on this on Thursday. So this is going to be very interesting. I think the precedent was that when the MPP came into Parliament, they said that Fomena's MP, because he had gone independent, should basically be sacked. And they petitioned the Speaker to do this. Now, NDC is saying that based on that precedent, the 4 who have declared going independent should all have the same fate. But Abenyamakini's claim is that that MPP action was premised on a party's request to the Speaker. So until political parties tell the Speaker that they want the person expelled, he doesn't think that the Speaker should expel the people. So he's gone to the Supreme Court, but the Speaker will judge on this tomorrow. That's the key story. They interviewed one of the MPs, and City News has an interview with him, MP for Amenfi Central, Peter Yao Kwachiaka. He's giving some very interesting details about how he was disqualified. He says there was some discrepancy administrative on his form, and he was asked to go and make the changes, and before he knew it, the other person had been declared unopposed, and then it was reported that he supported the guy. He said he spends 45,000 cedis. It's not fair, and therefore he's going to run. So it's going to affect his party in that constituency, and there are also 3 others. There's Mamle Morrison and a couple others. So we'll keep an eye on that story for you. There's also UTAG, where there's a new group calling on UTAG to call off the strike. Now, I don't know which paper you give us. Maybe ABC News give us that.
Well, the version. ABC News says a group of university dons who are also members of UTAG has called on their national body to immediately call off the strike action about Galamsey. The group calls itself the silent majority of UTAG. At a press conference held at the Ghana International Press Center on October 15, indicated that the NEC's decision to sacrifice the academic needs of students for a cause that was not at the core of their mandate had to be abandoned with immediate effect.
Meanwhile, UTAG has strongly dismissed allegations that its national executive acted unilaterally in declaring the ongoing strike. The response follows the petition you just read. Now, in a letter dated October 15, which is yesterday, UTAG refuted these claims, describing the allegations as unfounded and misleading. And so it seems like a war of words between the executive of UTAG and some members of the organization. Godfred, what else do you have for us?
Well, I'm just staying with politics on page 5 of the Herald. Deputy Trade Minister's coup at Akuapem North municipality blogged in the story.
Deputy what?
Deputy Trade Minister, who is the sitting MP, but will contest Okankwe North. And according to the story, she has been looking to remove the MC, Mr. Esidulabi, with the assistance of the local government minister, Martin Ejime Sakosa. So you can buy the paper for more details. But more importantly for me, the NHIS is covering 4 major health disorders from November. Yes, you find that story on page 2 of the paper. So starting November 1, 2024, subscribers of the National Health Insurance Scheme in Ghana will be able to access free medical services for 4 key mental health disorders: depression disorder, bipolar disorder, anxiety disorder, and schizophrenia disorder.
There's an Alan story in the Chronicle. He's hitting the streets doing some work. Just give me that, then I'll give you the ADB story, which is a positive one in terms of recovering non-performing loans.
Well, the Chronicle says Mr. Alan Chematin, the leader and presidential candidate of the Afafrantor Alliance, is poised to lead the much anticipated Afafrantor mega victory walk in Kumasi on Saturday 19th October. This event marks the grand finale of his successful caravan campaign tour in his home region. The walk will begin at the iconic Kumasi Cultural Center, a landmark established by his father, or his late father, Alexander Atayao Chematin, and end at the Kumasi City Mall, route designed to reflect his deep connection to the people and heritage of the Ashanti region.
Now, GNA is reporting that government has presented a new LI to Parliament aimed at revoking previous regulations that permitted mining activities in these sensitive areas. The Environmental Protection or Mining in Forest Reserves Revocation Instrument 2024 seeks to overturn LI 2462, which had previously allowed mining in certain forest reserves, signaling government's intensified commitment to conserving the country's environment. Now, what is baffling is that the interview we had with Afenyo Makin suggested that he hadn't seen this yet, but it's been reported that he announced this. So maybe, let me quote him. He explained that the new LI was developed by the Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation with technical backing from the EPA and in collaboration with the Ministry of Justice and Attorney General, and that the new instrument is part of government strategy to combat illegal mining, and etc., etc., etc.
Does it provide further details on what is in the instrument?
It does not say.
You need to scrutinize.
It does not say. So we have them, and the reporter has not also seen the document.
Okay, we'll chase it ourselves.
Yeah.
Let me take you to page 13 of the Daily Graphic. ADB, as the Agric Development Bank, has embarked on an aggressive recovery exercise leading to the recovery of over 500 million Ghana cedis in non-performing loans within 9 months between January and September this year. The exercise is part of the listed bank's 2-year corporate strategy to recover NPL portfolio, which is largely made up of years of bad legacy loans. And the story goes on to quote Al-Hassan Yakubu Tali, who is the MD.
There are 2 stories from the US that I'm sure all of you will be interested in. There's a feature on the BBC that says Kamala courts black and Latino voters as polls suggest Trump gains. With just 2 weeks to go until the US presidential election, Kamala Harris is ramping up efforts to court black and Latino voters, despite holding a clear lead among both groups. Some Democrats have warned she needs to do more to energize these voters to turn out for her in November. And then some polls are indicating that Harris had 78% support among black voters compared to about 90 support for Democrats in recent elections, with men accounting for most of the drop-off. And we're told that Trump is making inroads among men, possibly because maybe they don't want a woman to be president. Then there's another feature here. Harris started like a rocket in Michigan. Now she's slipping, and it's a key swing state. So keep an eye on the U.S. election. They're voting in 2 weeks, and
it's a very, very tight.
But the most of the analysts are saying it's a dead heat. You know, prior to the announcement of Kamala Harris, Trump was in a clear lead, and then when she was announced, she
Trump
came
is catching up again.
Yeah,
Rein him in.
yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
And Tuchel is the New England boss.
Confirmed?
Yes, they announced.
So I think he's flying in today.
Yes, they have a press conference today.
You know what's interesting?
And he starts his work in the new year.
Their female team is also coached by a German. We should maybe we should go for a Nigerian or an Ivorian to coach our team.
What we need.
Sometimes get your best. The bitterest rival of England is Germany. So who's Ghana's Nigeria? Let's get a Nigerian to coach.
What brings up Sincere?
Maybe to help us.
What we need is
Good work.
Yeah, sometimes like look at what Stephen Keshi did for Togo. The system has always been rotten, but we still play well. So the system is bad, but the players didn't play well. What the system did, the people they don't play well. Yeah, let's get a Nigerian coach. Samson Siasia or Augustine Eguavon.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Gugomi, at what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, they make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Charlie, today the matter will catch me. I received urgent order from my online store. Customer wants 10 pieces sharp. Hey, but my wahala be delivery. Stress so me too. I no get order in weeks. So then I make slow. Charlie, I decide to deliver this thing myself. Quiet. I was willing to trust my small tired car like that. But boy, I no even leave my area where the whole place full of snow. Engine kaput, pasca. As the boys they help me push the car off the road, where I look up and raise my head, where I see for Fidelity Bank billboard top. This too just be chapter. Ebefa mpa. Then Norma Vim come. Listen, I dog the sadness and find Okada fast. I deliver all the goods, collected my money, and even got referrals from this customer. Ebefa mpa. At Fidelity Bank, we believe you can achieve your dreams. Believe with us. Ebefa.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva Tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangerine. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055-00-322-31. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
City Business News next. Nah, Shikasis is already here, brought to us by Goyle and MTN. Good morning, Nah.
Good morning, Bernard. Hello and welcome to the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goil and Access Bank. My name is Nashika Caesar. Coming up, energy sector players project fuel price hikes as the second pricing window takes off today. Also coming up, economic watchers caution government on implementation of the Financial Inclusion for Persons with Disabilities Directive. And later, Minerals Income Investment Fund moves to enhance accumulation of mineral royalties to increase its asset base to 6 billion cedis. We settle for the details of our stories now. Energy sector players are projecting fuel prices to continue increasing, with the second pricing window in October set to commence today. This is as a result of factors including the cedi depreciation and rising cost of refined petroleum products on the international market. There is more in the following report by Citi Business News' Daniel Sakiti.
According to data obtained from the National Petroleum Authority, the price of petrol on the world market has increased by 1.99%, selling at $718 per metric ton. Diesel has also increased by 4.88% and is selling at $690 per metric ton. The local currency, which plays a crucial role in determining prices at the pumps, has also been on the back foot in recent times. According to the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers, the cedi continues to depreciate relative to the dollar from an average rate of 15 cedis 83 pesos to $1 to 15 cedis 95 pesos to $1. This development, COPEC anticipates, will lead to fuel prices increasing by a mean percentage of 1.70% in the second pricing window of October. The chamber says the retail price of petrol, for instance, is expected to increase by 1.82% of the current mean pump retail price of 13 cedis 13 pesos per litre to close selling between 12 cedis 71 pesos per litre and 14 cedis 04 pesos per litre, which is within a plus or minus 5% range of COPEC's projected figure of 13 cedis 37 pesos. For Executive Secretary of COPEC, Duncan Amwa, these hikes are not surprising, having warned that Ghana is likely to pay more for fuel due to additional factors, including rising tensions in the Middle East.
The things that we should have used to mitigate these shocks are all down. Your refinery is not adding anything to your fuel security. BOST and the Gold for Oil program will continue to do what it can, but clearly it will not be able to stop the city from depreciating. Neither would it be able to stop even fuel prices from going up.
That was Executive Secretary of COPEC, Duncan Amwa, ending that report filed by Citi Business News' Daniel Sakiti. Now, banking consultant Dr. Richmond Echiahene is urging the Bank of Ghana to be cautious in the implementation of the Financial Inclusion for Persons with Disabilities Directive. The directive issued by the central bank, among others, entreats financial service providers, including banks and specialized deposit-taking institutions, to ensure that electronic channels such as ATMs, points of sale, that's POS, and mobile POS systems are designed for equitable access. Despite lauding the BOG for the directive, in an interview with Citi Business News, Dr. Richmond Echiahene raised concerns over the timing of the implementation.
Enabling environment where wheelchairs and people with disability will be able to walk. It is not just the account opening procedure or anything, but accessibility to the place, number one. That is where the question is, I think, is the issue. It involves a little of capital, and you need to do some changes to your structures and everything. And I would have thought that the Bank of Ghana would have JOJO with them. I don't know whether they have JOJO already. If they have JOJO, it's not a directive just coming to them. Then they would have been told earlier. But as you said, the only concern is that people coming from this DDEP and the current economic environment, I mean, what we are going through at the moment is not something you can talk about, because we have various structural imbalances in the banking system. People are supposed to look for capital. And you hear people going to the market and are not able to. One bank went there, is not able to get what he wants. And if you don't have the needed capital, it will be very difficult to change your structures.
Dr. Richmond Echiahene is a banking consultant looking for the best deal on household loans in Ghana. Here is some good news for you because Bank of Africa Ghana Limited and Societe Generale Ghana PLC are leading the pack, offering the most competitive interest rate on loans ranging from 1 to 3 years. Whether you are seeking a short-term loan or a longer financial commitment, some of these banks deliver rates well below the industrial average, making them top choices for borrowers. More in the following report from the Bank of Ghana's annualized percentage rates for banks' loans to households, SMEs and corporates for September 2024.
Per the data from the BOG, individuals who sought loans with a 1-year tenor from the Bank of Africa Ghana Limited obtained the lowest average interest rates of 24.82%. Societe Generale Ghana PLC came in next, offering a 31.96 average interest rate, while the rate from Bank of Africa Ghana Limited was slightly lower than the common reference rate of 29.31% for all banks for September 2024. That of Societe Generale was a notch higher. When it came to loans with a 3-year tenor, Bank of Africa and Societe Generale continued to dominate, offering the best rates of 24.18% and 26.98% respectively. Other banks in this category with rates lower than the reference rates included Consolidated Bank Ghana Limited with a rate of 27.56% and Republic Bank with a rate of 28.89%. If the loan was to be extended for 5 years, Absa Bank Ghana Limited emerges with the lowest average rate of 24.81%. It was followed by Societe Generale Ghana PLC, Fidelity Bank and Republic Bank with rates hovering between 25% and 28%. The annualized percentage rate includes the interest rate plus additional fees charged with the loan, and it's an important measure for borrowing from financial institutions. It also helps borrowers understand the total cost of borrowing money from a bank.
That report was put together by Citi Business News' Netili Neti Ajaho. We move on to the Minerals Income Investment Fund, MIIF, which has stated plans to enhance the accumulation of the country's mineral royalties, aiming to increase its asset base to 6 billion cedis over the next decade. MIF intends to collaborate with institutions such as the Ghana Revenue Authority, GRA, and the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO, to ensure that all mining companies fulfill their royalty obligations to the state. Edward Nanaya Quantin, the Chief Executive Officer of MIF, spoke to the media after the fund stakeholder conference held in Accra.
So we are looking at moving our assets under management from about 1.5 billion now, following a re-evaluation of our assets, including Government of Ghana's carried interest, to about 6 billion within 10 years. How we're going to do that is first how we expand the royalties net. We are using technology to expand the royalties net. We've gone into a framework arrangement with Ghana Revenue Authority, with GSA, with the EOCO, to make sure that companies that are supposed to pay royalties pay their royalties. That is part of the way we're expanding royalties net. We're also deploying technology. We have in our offices a technology that has an overview through Google and other systems that we put together, an overview almost in real time.
Additionally, the fund intends to ensure that every mining company it invests in is listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange, allowing Ghanaians to participate in the shares of these companies.
As much as possible, we are seeking how to indigenize the sector to make sure that Ghanaians and Ghanaian companies benefit throughout the entire value chain. So if you look at MIF, what we are doing is to make sure that the major mining companies, MIF takes equity positions on behalf of the people of Ghana. One of the things that we are doing is an engagement, I won't call it an engagement, but an arrangement with the Ghana Stock Exchange that every single mineral type that we invest in has to be listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange. That gives an avenue for locals to buy or have a stake in these companies. So for example, Atlantic Lithium is listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange. MIF is the third largest shareholder of Atlantic Lithium worldwide. Mind you, Atlantic Lithium is also listed in Australia and is listed on the London Stock Exchange.
You hear the CEO of the Minerals Income Investment Fund, Edward Nanaya Quantin, speaking there. Now, on the forex market today, the dollar is trading at 16 cedis 50 pesos. The British pound is selling at 21 cedis 40 pesos, and the euro could be sold to you at 18 cedis. And that's it for the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN Goil and Access Bank. My name is Nashika Caesar. Many thanks for spending your time with me. Do have a great business day.
You see them. You see them every day in our communities, doing what they do best to make a difference in the lives of people. You see them. You see them bring positive transformation to the lives of people in the areas of education, health, and economic empowerment. While many will see them and turn their faces away, you see them. You see their efforts, and you know they're heroes who deserve to be celebrated. MTN Heroes of Change is setting out to unearth and to celebrate a new set of heroes. You can throw the light on the heroes you see in your community by nominating them to win 100,000 Ghana cedis and other prizes to help them expand their work. Just fill an online nomination form at mtn.com.gh or send a WhatsApp with a 1-minute video of your nominee's project on 055 141 1122. Deadline for nominations is 18th October 2024, so don't waste time. Nominate your hero now. MTN Heroes of Change. Be the change you wish to see.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Yes.
$7:13. Still listening to the Citi Breakfast Show. Coming up next is Kickoff. Bernard Abeku is in the building. But before we get into that, the Citi Business News was probably brought to us by Goil. Goil is bringing you the Goil Super XP, the ideal choice for most vehicles. It's flowing wah in many Goil stations across the country. As you journey on the road, look out for Goil stations with the Goil Super XP sign. Go fuel up. Enjoy your ride. Goil Super XP. Where feel you on? Ube feel Go good energy. Go yeah. MTN also brought us the Citi Business News. Get ready for Yellow Days. It's MTN's game changer for SMEs. You are getting a router, genuine Microsoft application, webways, and a Unicom service. If you are interested, call 100 or 0244308111 or send them an email at mtnbusiness.gh@mtn.com. Remember, T's and C's apply. All right, the latest from the world of sport is here. Let's get ready for Kickoff with Bernard Abeku. And Kickoff is brought to us by Polytank. These days, money is hard to come by, so do not waste your money and go and buy a wrong tank. When it comes to water storage tanks in Ghana, the only name we know is Polytank. Over 30 years experience, trusted by many generations. Choose Polytank. Polytank near Papa Nunier. And remember, Polytank does not request for Momo payments online. Zonda is also bringing us Kickoff. They've got a wide range of heavy-duty vehicles, For your construction, they've got Shantui bulldozers, excavators, graders, payloaders, pickup trucks, oil tanks, the whole shebang. Call them on 0501 772222 or go to their head office off the Tema Plow Road, close to the Free Zones Enclave in Tema. Zone that built in Ghana, building Ghana.
Coming again, here goes Sudan. Maybe a chance for a second. Oh, it is. Abdelrahman. It's absolutely crazy. The defense is completely destroyed.
Ghana's hopes of being at the 2025 African Cup of Nations taking another major setback following defeat to Sudan yesterday in Libya. There is more on that, but is it all over for the Black Stars? We have some results from the Nations League coming up shortly. I am Bernard Abekootri, and we are proudly powered by Shell, Leshell, Zonda GH, and Polytank Ghana, Papa Nuni. Let's start off with the Black Stars. After losing 2-0 to Sudan at the Matthias of February Stadium in Benghazi, Libya, Ghana's chances of qualifying to compete in the 2025 AFCON in Morocco have reduced sharply. Despite the slim qualification odds, Ghana can still qualify to the AFCON by winning games against Angola in Luanda on November 11 and November 15 in Ghana against Niger. Wins over Angola and Niger gives Ghana 8 points, with the Black Stars sitting currently in third place in a group having accrued 2 points heading into those crucial qualifiers. Ghana will need second-ranked Sudan to lose to Niger and Angola to finish above Sudan's 7-point tally and qualify to Morocco. Let's get some reactions. Sudan's head coach is James Kwesi. He says it is unfortunate that his native Ghana lost 2-0 to his team in Libya.
Every game is serious, but inshallah, the next game we'll try to get at least a win to qualify automatically.
What do you say for big fans, Sudanese?
The fans? Yeah, always when we come here, Libya is our Sudanese home. You know, when we come here, we have a lot of Sudanese in Libya, and they all come to support us, which is very good. And that is why we have chosen here as our home ground.
What about your national team of Ghana? What do you see?
It's unfortunate because Ghana has a good team, and it's unfortunate that one of us, either Ghana or us, has to go out. And unfortunately for Ghana, Sudan has beaten them, so automatically Sudan will have to go.
Here from the Sudan head coach James Kwesi and how he describes that. It's interesting, isn't it? Well, on the table, Angola having 12 points, they've qualified. Sudan have 7 points, Ghana 2 points, and Niger having just a point. Some football fans have reacted to the recent setback by the national team.
I don't know why Ghana, we should go and beg a player to come and play for our national team. Why should we do so? Why we have talent here? I mean, why? A defender who cannot clear a ball with a player on the touchline. Look at our second goal. Just look at it.
You are playing a football. You want to select players. Conference League, they scored this to your goalkeeper 6 goals to nil. 6 goals to nothing. It's your first keeper in your national team. The Saka Kwesi you bring Otoado. What is the achievement of Otoado?
I think the Ghana team must be dissolved. They have to dissolve the whole team and reshuffle all the players, because what is going on there?
We shouldn't go at all, because looking at our performance through the qualifiers, we didn't do well, and then heading to the main tournament, I'm not sure, but we'll just hope they do something.
Kudus, who said 20 days fine?
What people could do 10 years ago for Captain Band. Oh, he says a pleasure, and yes, a Captain Band now, a bono. Musubi de Baba Shanipa now, yeah, Captain now, Wabe dear free Semuno. Nini Yao, Bay, any movie, also yet.
All right, so some more results in the AFCON qualifying series, and DR Congo, Uganda, and Senegal have secured their spot at the 2025 Total Energies African Cup of Nations in Morocco after important wins in their qualifying matches on Tuesday. DR Congo continued their perfect run in Group H with a commanding 2-0 win over Tanzania. Senegal left it late to secure a 1-0 victory over Malawi, courtesy of a stoppage time free kick from Sadio Mane that helped them to grab a ticket to the tournament to be played in Morocco. Uganda edged South Sudan 2-1 in Group K with an own goal from Alfred Leku. Zambia secured a crucial 1-0 win over Chad in Group G with Kennedy Masonda scoring the game's only goal in the 70th minute. Gabon moved up to second in Group B after a 2-0 win over Lesotho. Away from the AFCON qualifiers in anticipation of the upcoming 2024 Malta Guinness Women's Premier League season, a newly designed trophy was revealed at a ceremony held at the Football Association's headquarters in Accra. Locally crafted trophy featured a prominent W sign signifying women's football. The unveiling not only introduced the new trophy but also signaled the start of a fresh chapter for the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League, sparking discussions about which team will be the first to claim it. Here is the Executive Council member of the Ghana Football Association, Gifty Owari, on the new packages for the team.
The clubs have been asking us, so what's the strategy? What if I win again? Yes, you win again, but we'll have a strategy of sharing. But that is what we're supposed to do, because the promise was that before the end of our 4th term, we should be able to give women clubs 5 buses. And this year's league will still see 2 extra of the buses still come for 2 great teams to win. Though FA Cup would be launched later, still on FA Cup, if I was asked about the locker room bonuses are going to go to FA clubs. During the FA League, it's going to go to the FA League matches. So whoever wins any league match is still going to get the locker room, just as the men enjoy.
You heard from the Executive Council member of the Ghana Football Association, Gifty Owari, on the new packages for the teams in the Women's Premier League. We do some beach soccer now, and Black Sharks are campaigning Qatar ahead of their trip to Egypt for the beach soccer AFCON scheduled for October 19 to 26, 2024. In Europe, Thomas Tuchel has signed a deal to become the new England manager. Sky Germany are reporting Tuchel has signed an 18-month contract with the FA, which will start on January 1. There is no comment yet from the FA on this, but it will mean Lee Carsley will be in charge for next month Nations League matches against Greece and the Republic of Ireland. Well, elsewhere, Sir Alex Ferguson will leave Manchester United on his role as Manchester United's ambassador at the end of the season. Ferguson has been paid a multi-million pound sum by United since his retirement as manager in 2013. During that period, the 82-year-old has acted as a global ambassador and club director. He has been at the United grounds, for regular games and retains seats in a director's box. In the UEFA Nations League, Cristiano Ronaldo failed to shine as Scotland avoided another late Portugal defeat to earn their first point from a 0-0 draw in the Nations League. Or defending champions Spain remain unbeaten against Serbia across their 3 matches or head-to-head meetings, 2 wins, a draw following a one-sided 3-0 victory. Switzerland are now winless in each of their 8 meetings, with Denmark 5 draws, 3 losses after twice surrendering the lead to a 2-2 draw in the UEFA Nations League clash. For the South American qualifiers, a 61st win in Lionel Scaloni's 81st game in charge got Argentina's World Cup qualifying campaign back on track as Lionel Messi's hat-trick helped them stroll to a 6-0 victory against Bolivia. Brazil also improved their chances of continuing their unmatched record of being the only nation to have appeared at every tournament since 1934. following a comprehensive 4-0 victory over Peru. That's your sports. For more sports stories, log on to citysportsonline.com. On X, we are at City Sports GHA. Thanks to Shell, Shell, Zonda GH, and Polytank Ghana, Papa Nunye. I am Bernard Abeku. Sports is life. Get involved.
Hey, well, yo, I did tire for Abu Chef. See, everything I do, Abu won't do some. Last year, I bought a cattle farm in Yanton. I see he go buy a farm next to mine. I marry Fauzia. No, he marries Fauzia's sister. I buy my motorbike. I see no, he go buy motorbike too.
But you don't see, since you buy your bike, he has bought 4 motorbikes, which have all broken down. He don't maintain bikes at all.
His problem be say he dey put wrong lubricant for his bike inside. The correct motorbike oil where if you put inside be Shell Advanced Lubricant. Shell Advanced Lubricant be the only motorbike.
4-year group of the St. Mary's Old Girls Association. They are wishing their fellow princess Mary Ezi, aka Lady Surprise. They say they call her Lady Surprise because she has a habit of appearing at all their programs, even though she's in Nigeria. So they are wishing Princess Mary Ezi, aka Lady Surprise, a happy birthday.
Wonderful. What a morning. So many things happening in our country. Is this the loss that will get Ghana to fix its football? Ghana Black Stars, for the first time in 20 years, likely to miss out on the Africa Cup of Nations. It's been a tournament we've done reasonably well in, at least in the past 2 decades, been to semi-finals 4 or 5 times. Fortunes have dwindled in the past few years, but not gotten to the point where qualification has become impossible almost. So what went wrong for Ghana as they lost 2-0? And the whole irony of the story is that the stone the Ghanaian team rejected, Kwesi Appiah, who was former Black Stars coach, replaced with a different coach after his tenure, masterminding a 2-legged defeat. Initial leg, Ghana drew, and now we've lost 2-0 to Sudan in Libya. Is this the time for the big reset button? Is it a coach reset, a whole team reset, an FA reset, or a country reset? Later in the morning, Parliament is very busy. We are talking the new final leg of their sitting, and there's already a contest over whether some 4 members of Parliament should even keep their seats. We'll bring some highlights of that. The president has also been speaking about Galamsey and his fight. Now he says he put his presidency on the line. He's calling out opposition leader on Galamsey. We'll deal with all of that in the next couple of hours. But before I get into all of this, kindly wish my beautiful wife Francisca Nambil a happy birthday. I love her and cherish her. Always do so, Francisca, from your husband John Kabiche and your children Mariah and Caleb. In the meantime, to all female entrepreneurs, agribusiness owners and young entrepreneurs out there, we understand the challenges you face. Your story matters to us at APSA, and in partnership with the MasterCard Foundation, we're offering SME loans at only 10% interest rate per annum. Yes, that's just 10%. You can get up to 1 million CDs completely collateral free, and we've done this for over 1,600 businesses already, disbursing over 600 million CDs. And about 67% of those beneficiaries are women-owned enterprises. This is a great story. Log on to absa.com.gh. Visit your nearest APSA branch, for your story also matters. With buy now, pay later with Sam Metro, you can now buy a sleek and trendy smartphone and enjoy the luxury of paying in convenient weekly or monthly installment plans. Walk into any of MTN service centers to choose your favorite from a wide range of mobile phones on offer. The best part is all phones come with up to 2 gig free data, so you can share your pictures and get all the biggest scoops online from the first 6 months after purchase. Share the exciting news with family and friends. Stay connected on the smart side of life with MTN and Sam Metro. And whatever you're doing, whether you're shopping at the mall or buying fuel for your car, or shopping online for the things you need, you can do so with your SG Visa card. It's your best option to make payments for goods and services online or anywhere with a point of sale machine. Enjoy a world of opportunities with the SG Visa card. Make your life easy. Call 0302-214-314. SG Ghana, the future is you.
Now, if you want a British degree at a fraction of the cost, then Lancaster University Ghana should be that option. You are going to be taught by the finest faculty trained to UK standards, and you are also you get to study in a vibrant place, great student experience in a community that will equip you for the world of work. Call them on 020-960-7008 or send them an email, admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Lancaster University Ghana is the only British uni campus in West Africa. And the new order of retirement is here. You can now retire on your own terms with a guaranteed monthly income for the rest of your life. All you need to do is invest a lump sum into the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan today. It's that easy. From that point, you start receiving monthly income to enjoy your perfect retirement. Go to oldmutual.com.gh or call 050-453-4333 to find out more. Old Mutual, do great things every day. Now, it's raining free airtime at Zenith Bank. Yes, pay your school fees at any Zenith Bank branch and you get a Zenith branded collection center on the school premises or through their, short code *966# and receive free airtime. For the list of schools that are on this service, visit zenithbank.com.gh to find out more. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Well, whilst there are so many things happening in Ghana, I think the football is quite an interesting point. The listeners this morning, my question for you: how sad are you that Ghana is okay? But let me rephrase the question. Can we actually qualify for the AFCON? Maybe that's where I should ask the question for.
Really?
Can we qualify for AFCON, or it's over?
From what I said, I think it's over.
It's over.
Mathematically, yes.
There's no mathematically
but
anywhere.
We are not going to make
Explain
it.
the mathematics.
So this what it is. Ghana is
I want to
no, he's asking.
I want to learn maths.
So he's asking, can Ghana qualify?
Is it possible that Ghana can qualify?
So
with
Ghana
God, all
two.
things are possible. It is possible.
So Ghana is on 2 points as we speak.
Out of how many games?
2 points out of
4 games.
4 games.
Oh no! So only 6 points left.
Only 6 points left. So Ghana can get a maximum of 6 points.
Plus
that will move Ghana to 8
points.
Now Sudan are currently on 7
out of the 4 games they've played.
Yes, they are on 7.
So they are number 2.
Yes, Angola they are long gone. They are perfect. 12 from 4. So they are perfect.
So even if we win our 2 games, we are not catching Angola.
So that's first spot is taken by Angola. Right? Mm-hmm. Now, Ghana's only hope is that somehow Sudan goes off for 2 games and Black Stars
Sudan play Niger and Angola.
Yes, they play Niger and Angola, and somehow the Black Stars find some crazy magical form. They beat Angola in Luanda next, and then they beat Niger at home. They go to 8 points. They trump Sudan and they proceed.
If you have the same number of points as at Sudan, do they use goal difference or head to head?
In a qualifiers.
No, we are doing maths. So would they use head to head or they'll use goal difference? Because they have beaten us 2-0 and we've drawn. So head to head we are worse. So if head to head comes up, they still go. Yes. So even if they lose their next 2 games,
they gain 4 points from us.
That's my point.
So even 4 points off us, yes.
Yeah, but we still have to do maths. So
why?
Let's assume we beat.
You have 5 points adrift. Why are you doing maths?
Because you can get 6 points.
And hope that. Why are you assuming they are losing 2 games?
It is possible.
Oh,
and you have to also believe.
Aloski.
So you don't think that there's any chance for us to qualify?
No.
Maybe CAF can disqualify them.
Okay.
For fielding an overage player.
Okay.
Or is there no overage in this one?
No. Maybe an unqualified player.
Level, which overage player?
And then something.
Yeah, maybe they naturalized.
Can't we orchestrate something?
We could, but maybe that is if that is where we have reached, then we have a problem.
But what on Niger? How many points do they have?
Niger on
0.
1 point. They picked a point off us.
Oh yes, they drew with us.
So Niger. Oh, so we couldn't beat Niger.
Yes.
At home.
Yeah, we played in Morocco.
We play them in Morocco, so we are yet to host them. That's the last game of the series.
So Niger can't qualify. They have 1 point. Kwesi Appiah. Okay, so you think Ghana will not qualify?
Will not qualify.
You don't have hope?
No. I don't have any.
Think about it. We have to go to Angola to get a result, to win
but
in Angola.
Is not such a. But before the past 2 years, Angola was not.
The last time before this is we drew 1-1 in Luanda.
My point is that Angola historically hasn't been a difficult team for us.
No, but Angola is. You see, that's the thing. Angola is a team on the rise. Before we played Angola here, the last time we played, I told there was going to be a close game.
Mm-hmm.
Angola are the current COSAFA Cup champions. It's a very active national team.
Yes, COSAFA is a very regular tournament. They play there.
They are a team that have current form.
By the way, why don't we have our version of COSAFA?
The Wafu.
We should be doing that more often. So our team will get more.
I digress. COSAFA has more money than we do.
Go ahead. So your point is Angola is not an easy team, but they qualify, so they should allow.
These days, no.
So even if we beat them, it doesn't mean
it's not in our hands. It means we are just relying on a significant loss of form.
1 more point. Yes. 1 more point for Sudan and they are gone.
Just 1 more point.
That is a 1 more point. That's all they need.
So just a draw.
And they'll get it against Niger.
They are playing Niger next.
Where?
It doesn't matter where.
It doesn't matter where.
They'll get to that point against Niger.
So there's an AFCON coming that we are not going.
But it's happened before. So
this is true. When I was in final year in the university.
Yeah, but it's nothing
20 years ago.
Yeah. We take qualifying for the AFCON for granted, so that's where we'll end up.
How big a blow is it for our football fortunes for us not to be there?
Our football fortunes have not been the best since 2019. We got knocked out at the AFCON in 2019.
In round of 16, we lost to Tunisia.
We did group stage after that. We did group stage after that.
Oh, so we've been coming,
and now we are not qualified.
So it's almost like as Boba.
You can see it. It's very.
When
clear.
was the last time a so-called big team failed to qualify for an AFCON?
Oh, it does happen once in a while.
And what does it mean, and what can it do for your football? So on the negative side, it means that you are no longer a big boy. You will lose rankings. You will get worse fixtures. But on the good side, what can you use it to do?
Depends on what. It depends on you accepting that you have a problem. That's when you can do something about it.
Let's take it one by one. How did you get here? Is it that our players are not good enough?
Man, I'm going to have this conversation again.
I'm interviewing you. So let's start from we'll take it one by one. Let's look at the starting 11. We had Atizigi. We had Ali Doucet, who plays in France. We had Monaco's, what's his name? Salisu. We had Jiku. And then we had Gideon Mensah. Pretty good left foot. I don't know the midfield guys that well. Who were the midfielders?
We played Ibrahim Suleiman of Atlanta, and then we played Elisha
Usu of Auxerre. And Auxerre. Then on the wing we had...
we played Enes Nyama, played Semenyo.
Enes Nyama is one of the hot properties.
Yes, played Kudus.
Semenyo is doing well.
Yeah, played Kudus.
The forward line was
at
not
the
bad.
tip of the diamond, and then played...
Yaki Williams.
up front.
So Jordan didn't play.
No.
Jordan didn't start.
Didn't start. He played later. Partey didn't... He wasn't
make this
it wasn't
squad,
fit.
yes.
So was it a selection problem?
Okay, on the face of this, I think that the team was poorly coached. Yes, the team was poorly coached for the 2 games.
For the 2 games?
Yes. There are structural problems, and I think we've spoken about the structural problems, but you want to deal with the game
Let's deal with
specific.
football.
Game specific.
Yes.
We're dealing with Sudan versus Ghana yesterday on the pitch.
Was it coaching or motivation?
Yesterday was coaching. Here was coaching as well.
Explain yourself.
When we played Sudan here and got the points. Anybody who had watched Sudan prior to that game would have told you that Sudan came here and played a low block. Basically didn't want to concede. And Ghana got a lot of chances. I think
but not enough space behind for you to run.
15 corners.
15 corners.
So a low block means that they don't leave space at the back for you.
There weren't
so you have to play through them.
You have to play through them.
You cannot.
And that they had an inspired goalkeeper performance in addition.
You catch everything that moves.
Their goalkeeper was very good.
And we missed an empty net with Kudus.
They got the points that they wanted. Okay. Then you go to
Libya.
And basically in a game that you must win, questions have been raised about the need to play a double pivot in a game that you must win.
What is a double pivot?
That means he played 2 central midfielders in front
two
of the
defensive midfielders.
2 central midfielders these days, with the 2 central midfielders with defensive tendencies.
So like Anthony Annan type of player.
Yes, and not very expressive on the ball. Elisha Usu is not known for the elegance of his passing.
Who is our
Neither
best?
is
Who is our
Suleiman.
best?
They're both destroyers
Who is
primarily.
our best ball playing midfielder?
Ashimeru.
Yeah.
So he would have then been more progressive.
Yes, and I think
and he was in the team but on the bench.
Yes, and I think mentally, Ashimeru knew he was not going to play the game no matter what.
Why don't they ever choose him?
I think it's a personal preference for the coach and what he wants to do.
Because he's tried all kinds of. He's tried Baba. He's tried the guy.
He's tried all kinds.
He's tried everybody, and Elisha Usu. Elisha Usu has always been a constant.
Where does Elisha Usu play?
And you know why I'm saying
which team?
For Auxerre.
Does he regularly start?
Yeah, he does get games every year. He does play.
I think
he's always been part of Otuado's.
And where does Ashimeru play? I'm just digressing.
He's in Belgium.
Does he also play regularly?
Yeah, he plays. Yeah, he
so
gets
you
games.
feel like using that double pivot was one mistake?
Yes. Now, Sudan adapted to what Ghana had provided. And, yesterday I had a conversation with elements of the Sudan team to kind of understand
what they were trying to do.
They were trying to do tactically. It wasn't overly sophisticated, but it was pretty detailed. And I asked myself, were we as detailed in our planning? So, for instance, Sudan normally plays in Juba, but they've been shifting certain games to Benghazi, Benina, where the game was played.
So they could have played at home?
No, Juba is South Sudan.
Okay, so they choose where they play.
Yes, they have. Most of their games have been played in Juba as well. Now, from what they told me yesterday, they realized that they had anticipated that Ghana has very quick wide players. So Semenyo is quick, Nyama will be quick, Iñaki is super quick.
Even Fatau on the bench.
If Fatau Ishaku came in,
he's also quick. So they run.
And Ghana would want to get in behind the Sudanese backline, which is not known for its speed.
Run into space.
Yes.
Chase the ball.
Which is why Kudus was at the tip. So Kudus would provide that. And Kudus also, once he gets head of steam, he's very hard to stop. once he has that kind of space. So what did they do? They took away that element by playing on a very small pitch.
Oh, the size of the pitch.
Yes, they were very specific about it. Because then they could not have played the way they were. If they had played the way they wanted to play in Accra, they would have lost that game. Because Accra Sports Stadium is a big pitch.
So they couldn't have prevented our runners from running.
So the Ghanaian runners could go.
So that's why they played a low block in Accra.
Oh, because if they tried the way, because they were going to get one out. Because one, they did only 2 training sessions in Ghana.
So they are not that fit.
Yeah, so they didn't have that. They did 4 training sessions in Libya to play us here. So they were much better prepared. So they took away. So if you watched the game yesterday, to make sure that their backline, which is not the fastest or the quickest, does not struggle with that, they took away that element of space.
So
how many times? Yes.
When you kick the ball, it will go the back out.
It's not just to go out. It means that you can't really pick up speed because there isn't enough space for you to go. So it meant Nuama wasn't the most effective because he didn't have the kind of space he would have.
How come we didn't know this?
I'm not.
Okay, continue.
I'm just telling you what I gleaned.
Continue.
So they took that element away. The second thing they did was to foul Kudus anywhere he picked up the ball.
And the referee was watching them?
No, but there are good fouls and then there are bad fouls.
But can't the referee see persistent fouling and then give yellow card?
No team fouls more than Pep Guardiola's team.
How many times do you see them getting
yellow carded? Nobody fouls more
but
than
they
Pep
do it professional. Now that's what they call professional foul.
Oh yeah,
not necessarily. It's just
a professional foul is one with sticks.
One with sticks. This one
slide, somebody obstructs you. Somebody trips you a bit.
Collides into you.
It's just very smart, just to make sure that
the rhythm is.
You don't get a rhythm and do the things that you would normally want to do in areas that will not be too much of a problem.
My God. So number one, get a small pitch. Our runners cannot run. Number two, foul Kudus regularly.
Yes. Then they realized. Yes, they also realized that yesterday they were good. They set up to play a medium block because they realized that Ghana under Otado likes to play from the back. So
patient build up.
Yeah, so they'll set traps for you if you come. So they kept a medium block and waited for Ghana to build up where it becomes predictable because there is a variety of passing. Why? You have Sulemana.
And then you have Elisha
Usu.
So there's no long pass. There's no Bruno Fernandes.
There's no their skill set.
There are 2 people you put in the middle.
Yes. And the final thing that they set out to do, once you win the ball back, within 8 seconds, you must be there.
So they would rather play us on the break.
So they were playing on a very high tempo. So if you realize, a lot of the chances were very quick transitions. They don't slow it down.
So we have the ball. We do patient build up to their medium block will contain us. Then when they get the ball,
the transition is super quick. If you look at the goals they scored,
back to front.
You mean like
they don't have time
Liverpool quality?
Yeah, there is no intricate interpassing in the middle. They find the chap in the number 5. I think his name is Mahmoud or something. Sets off Abdul Rahman and then they are gone. They find Abdel Tash up front, then they go, and they ended up creating a few good openings with it and also punished that with it. So that is what happened yesterday.
But what were we trying to do when you look at our team? Because the Sudan people have explained their own. Did you see?
That's what I've explained.
What was Otto doing?
What Otto was trying to do yesterday was to think that his superior talent would overcome whatever challenge Sudan presented. And indeed, he did have superior talent. But Sudan has a superior team.
Hey, can you explain that?
Individually, if you look at the caliber of players Ghana has and the reputations that they come with, even the price tags. Okay. But here's the thing. You have an Abdul Rahman who plays for Sudan. Abdul Rahman has scored over 80 goals for Sudan.
Where does he play football?
He plays for America. He's the playmaker of America.
Where is America?
America is in Sudan.
Oh, so like
Sudan's that big team.
Sorry, it's Hilal. Hilal wear the blue.
So like
Abdul Rahman plays for Hilal.
Equivalent.
Yes, basically.
Locally based striker.
Yes.
80
He's
goals.
a playmaker.
80 goals.
He knows how to score. He knows how to play.
He's like this guy, the former Egyptian guy.
Yes.
Secondly,
this is a Sudan team that for most parts of the past 2 years have been camping. They camp a lot based on the situation in Sudan. So they are together.
So
they are not involved in club football. So they are together a lot of times. So they somehow in the middle of the season when our boys are playing, the Sudan national team is in Tanzania. They are there for 2 weeks.
So they are like a club team.
Basically.
They know each other.
Then they'll bring 3 or 4 boys, one Australia, one from Germany, one from the championship.
To just join them.
Bring the goalkeeper from Tanzania, and they are good to go.
What about Kwesi Appiah and his team? So what you've just described is tactical, strategic and superior planning. But we didn't see that with Kwesi Appiah here. So what has changed?
No, I think we don't. Kwesi Appiah had games where he looked lost, but Kwesi Appiah also had games where he's a very pragmatic coach. Very common. What I just described by Sudan is not a very sophisticated or elaborate setup. It's just worked due to how bad or inexperienced our technical team is. So I'm not describing a super sophisticated system here.
Wow. So
this
he
is basically what you would expect of a national team.
You are saying he has a better coach team. Sudan is better coach than Ghana. That's what you are saying.
Sudan have a better understanding of what they are supposed to do. The players have a better understanding of what Kwesi Appiah wants them to execute on a match-by-match basis. Ochoado has struggled to do that. Chris Hughton has struggled to do that with this set. And other coaches have also struggled to do that with this set of players. So which brings us to the question, what is the problem? Which brings us to the point of, then, what is the problem?
Wow. I look, this is quite interesting. So Kwesi Appiah, by the way, who's Kwesi Appiah's assistant coach?
Ignatius
Oseifusu.
Also a Ghanaian.
Yes.
So he has a Ghanaian technical team.
His goalkeeper's trainer is Eric
Campos. Oh, then
former House of Folk.
They told us that they
would know most of
those things. Don't tell him that these
the
people.
boys. Yeah, they would know most of the boys.
Oh Lord. So Kwesi Appiah has masterminded our exit from AFCON.
Yeah, very quietly.
A former captain who nearly lifted the AFCON himself. Oh, Kwesi. Why didn't you have mercy on us?
No, but I don't think it was just. I think we were going. Either it could have been Sudan, it could have been some other country. We were going to struggle.
So
it just happened to be Kwesi Appiah.
So wait. Based on what happened, can we qualify for the World Cup with this same team?
Well, things will have to improve. Otto's coaching primarily has to get better.
Should we sack him?
Here's the thing. When you sack him, whoever it is you bring, what system is he going to work in? 2, if you keep Otto, sack everybody on the technical team and improve his assistants.
So he needs better
assistants.
Who are his assistants?
John Painter,
Joseph Lauman.
Yeah,
those are his primary assistants.
Goalkeeper's coach is Fatal.
Yeah, but he doesn't contribute.
Well, he doesn't contribute. So
then he has a video analyst.
His associates, John Painter and
but
Joseph
doesn't he
Lauman.
come with his own people? Because some coaches do that.
Yeah, but the kind of coaches who are allowed to do that, we don't hire those kind of coaches.
Should we go and get Hervé Renard?
It will not. I don't think it will change much.
Because I'm told he's a good coach.
But I don't think it will change much.
What do you mean?
You see, from where I sit,
he wears white shirt and be shouting.
Yeah, but from where I sit, you see, if we don't get to the point where the players come from a certain background, a certain level of preparation, you will struggle with them.
Charlie, you made me sad this morning.
Here, let me put it this way in simple terms. We have a lot of players who are new to international football. International football is very different from club football. You understand? We have a lot of really good players, but most of whom have never seen international football at any level.
So when you had the likes of Jordan, Andre and Asamoah, they were war horses on international
football. Do you know why? If you go through their history, all of them have at least one age youth,
so they know how to play national team football.
The levels are a bit different. The requirements are a bit different. The mindset.
So some of these players don't go to under 21. They don't go to under.
We brought Semenyo straight to the Black Stars. Iñaki Williams was brought straight to the Black Stars.
Is that
and Espanyama had the taste of
because the Asian group, they started under 17 together, that kind of thing. Asamoah and Co. So by the time they reach
I'll tell you something. Mohamed Kudus is the only player from his under 17 team that has made it this far.
Where are the rest?
All of them dropped off. Eric Eya.
Meanwhile, the 2010
Emmanuel Toku,
the 2010 team, they were the 2009 under 20 team.
And Godfrey made this point. Sometimes the familiarity you build at the age, at the youth level,
I think Ajimambedu was talking about that.
You carry that familiarity. Yes. So you get there. There are times where you rely on that chemistry to help you sometimes in games. But if you dissect this team, not a lot of them have played together as youngsters at youth level. So it's all very new.
Whose fault is that? Is it the coach or
that's the system?
That's the system
we're talking about.
What system?
the system that doesn't allow the proper talent to grow, the proper talent to gel, the proper talent to rise to the top, and so you get a team that is disjointed. So ask a simple question: if we had talents like Nuama, Kudus, Fatal, Ishaku, we brought in Francis Abu as well, Abu Sadiq. All those boys are of a similar generation. 10 years ago, it would be unheard of that those boys have not played together
for Starlet,
either 17 or 20.
Yes. So these boys,
it is unheard of.
If you had a good system, they would have known each other at Starlet.
They would know each other at Starlet at 20. So you have a core that know each other. Once you bring in a Semenyo or an Inaki,
they just come and
complement that.
So we don't have a core team of people who know themselves.
So you have a lot of strangers.
Oh Lord.
So it becomes really hard to try and get a song out of them.
What's affecting that under 17 and under 20 thing? Is it like because they are selling players and they just choose their favorites?
Interest.
I've spoken about this thing.
You are tired.
It's interest.
Black Stars. Well, it will help us think in January. After the election, we'll sit down and think whilst Zambia wins the tournament or something. Check social media trends is next. Probably look for a team to support. I don't know. Give me a team. Brought to us by Telecel. The more money promo is getting more exciting. Over 1.2 million CDs has been given out on daily and weekly draws with more to go. Opt in for free by dialing *500# or send win to 500 or visit the Telecel Play app. Then reload your mobile money wallet with... then reload your mobile using your Telecel Cash wallet or make payments onto the fixed broadband account, and you could winning the 1 million CD grand prize in the Telecel More Money promo. For more information, go to *500# or send win to 500. Telecel, connecting energies. We're also sponsored by First Bank. You can send money to the sub-region Gambia, Guinea, Liberia, Nigeria, Sierra Leone. It's easy, it's convenient, it's exciting. It's called the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System, the PAPS. Visit any First Bank branch today and get it papped. Call 059-6921-921. First Bank, you first. Black Stars. Don't tell me they are trending.
Oh, they are. They are sitting on top of the trends.
People are so concerned about them still.
And when we return, I will just tell you. Spend 5 minutes telling you.
But by the way, what are they saying about the Stars?
Well, look, if just people are very upset. People are not saying any nice things about the Blacks. People are saying that look, if they don't go to the AFCON, it's good. We'll save money and all of that.
Some people are actually happy.
People are happy. I always say that the stock of the Black Stars started falling since 2014. So Black Stars, Otto Addo, AFCON, Kwesi Appiah, Salisu, Dede Ayew, Kudus, Alidu Sebu, Sak, Anas, GFA, Angola,
oh my God,
Ashimeru, Randy Abe, all in the trends.
People are chopping straight bullets and things.
You understand? They are all in the trends.
Wow.
They are all in the trends.
Wow.
All in the trends.
And generally dissatisfaction.
People are very upset. People are very, very upset. Moving on from that, staying with football though, Messi and Argentina are training. They beat Peru. I think they beat Bolivia. Sorry, 6-0 last night in the World Cup qualifiers, and Messi scored.
I saw Portugal versus Scotland. Yeah. It was goalless.
He ended goalless.
Yeah,
he ended goalless.
So Messi is still doing the business.
Oh yes. He didn't play in the last one, but this time he came back, set up a few goals, scored.
Messi and Ronaldo don't plan on going for the next World Cup.
It will be the last one.
No. I mean that's all. How old today? This is 2024, right? And then
yes.
World Cup 2026.
Yes.
I'm sure Ronaldo wants to go.
Yeah, I'm sure he wants to taste one last one. And then he'll walk out.
As a coach or as a player, we don't know.
Anyway, other things, #Hallelujah Challenge is on so far.
Oh, it's on?
Yes. People are talking about the Hallelujah Challenge is on as well.
Bassey.
Yes.
Guy.
And then you have Ghana Police, and then
the latest on East Legon.
Yes, the latest on East Legon,
yeah,
and all of that. Let's do some tech news, and very interesting news. Google has signed a deal to use small nuclear reactors to generate the vast amount of energy needed to power its AI data centers. Now, the company says its agreement with Kairos Power will see it using the first reactor this decade and bring more online by 2035. Tech firms are increasingly turning to nuclear to supply the electricity used by huge data centers that drive AI. It makes you think about Ghana and our own.
You know the funny thing?
Nuclear plant.
People say data is the new fuel. Yeah, data needs fuel too.
Data needs fuel.
I mean, this is, you can't make this up. The new fuel actually needs real fuel.
Yes.
Wow.
So very interesting, story that nuclear will be powering data and AI and all of that. So Ghana, we need to do a bit more in that space. I know that my very good friends at the Atomic Energy Commission are trying.
Yes.
But I think they'll need a lot more government support, a lot more money
to push that through.
To
give us more, what do you call it? To
more
give us
options, diversity.
Yes.
And especially if we say we want to industrialize, nuclear provides a base, strong energy capable of powering us on that.
So Google is looking for small nuclear reactors to power their AI
data
engines.
the AI centers, the data centers.
But isn't Trump trending? People, but it will be very interesting in USO.
Yeah, it will be.
Some people will say if Trump were president, probably the war in Israel wouldn't have happened or something.
Well,
they say Trump is the magician. Hey, Donald Trump. Hey, they say Kamala the struggle.
Charlie.
Maybe tomorrow give me a special on the US election.
Okay.
What is trending? Hey, Kamala versus Trump. So it's an Sky happy pass. 8 on Citi Breakfast Show. Strangely, maybe I don't know people that much. Strangely, a lot of people are not worried. They're actually happy the team is not qualifying. I'm a bit confused.
I think it stems from a place of disappointment.
Yeah, because most of the messages I'm getting are like, in fact, let me read something to you before I get to the full messages.
Okay, get to me.
Now, this is a message a friend of mine sent, which summarizes the week well. So it says, right now, as a Ghanaian, the moment you sleep, wake up, no, life is at risk. Galamsey water fee hold your neck. Somebody go fit blast rock, make it can't hit you. The government go fit take tax press your neck. Some inexperienced driver fee make you lose your life. Ghana Black Stars fee give you heart attack.
Yeah.
Basically a summary of a very shambolic week for all of us. We'll come to this shortly, but if you're a customer of Enterprise, this is the best time to join the family to get some extra points. It's the new loyalty program, Enterprise Advantage Points. Rack up points and score awesome rewards by making purchases, renewing policies, and more through our self-service portal. Visit my.enterprisegroup.net.gh or download the Enterprise Advantage app to get started. Enterprise, your advantage. Get onto ashesi.edu.g-h to learn more about the Ashesi Advantage. Regardless of what you choose to study, the Ashesi education gives you the strong foundation you need for life. From Accra to Nairobi, from London to New York, from wherever, Buenos Aires to Lima, Ashesi graduates are noticed and they are leading successful careers. Remember, admissions are ongoing. Lozati lozenges, 100% natural, refreshing throat lozenge with 7 pleasant tasting flavors, here to help you clear your throat. It helps you relieve nasal congestion, soothe your throat, and control cough severity and frequency. We have honey and lemon, ginger, peppermint, orange and cola, and 2 sugar-free formulations, propolis and strawberry, sugar-free. Contact Unicom Chemist on 0302 324 595. Lozati lozenges, 30 seconds instant relief from sore throats.
Now, Lucozade is here. They are still giving you great energy, but they are announcing that your favorite Lucozade is now in a sleeker, slimmer 330 ml can with the same energy that you've known for years. So go ahead, grab your Lucozade sleek can and discover the same unbeatable energy with every sip. Lucozade, restore your energy, and this ad is FDA approved. With buy now, pay later with Symmetro, you can now buy a sleek and trendy smartphone and enjoy the luxury of paying in convenient weekly or monthly installment plans. And the best part is that the phones come with 2 GB free data, so you can share your pictures and get all the latest scoops online for the first 6 months after purchase. All you have to do is walk into any MTN service center, choose your favorite from a wide range of phones on offer, and then you are good to go. Go on, share the exciting news with your family and friends, and stay connected on the smart side of life with MTN and Symmetro.
All right, a few comments on the Black Stars show that many Ghanaians are actually not that worried.
Ben and
maybe I'm alone here.
Yes, Ben and team stop Nathan from his calculation. The Black Stars are out. The person who has caused us this is the GFA boss Kurt, who insisted that Kwesi Appiah can coach the Black Stars. This is the result. Good morning. I don't think Ghana will qualify. In fact, I don't want us to.
You don't want
For
us
me,
to?
I'm not sad they lost. Because I don't remember the last time I watched a Black Stars game. Kwame Nagbawe from Gbawe. Bernard, I really hope the Black Stars don't qualify. At least for our mental health. We don't want another budget after tournament wahala. Caleb from Boucher. Good morning, Bernard. Our football has just gone down the drain. Nothing is working from our local league to all our national teams. None is performing. The GFA needs to sit up. Whenever Black Stars perform poorly, Anas and Kwesi Nyantakyi trend on social media, with majority of people relishing Kwesi Nyantakyi's tenure and blaming Anas for cutting it short. This means Ghanaians don't care about how corrupt you are. If you find ways and means to meet their expectations, I hope the politicians are taking notes. We leave from Ashali Boucher. Lambert Indodo says Sudan has to lose 2 matches and Ghana has to win 2 matches to qualify. And Sudan will be playing the whipping boys of the group in their next match. They will just need a draw to qualify. Ghana will not qualify. George Vadeta says, Bernard, the state of our Black Stars and their performance is not surprising. It's just a reflection of the state of the economy of this country. It's a reflection of the government's poor performance. The man has failed on all fronts: agric, industry, commerce, sports, education, health, galamsey, everywhere. Gabinanga, wahala.
Gabinanga, wahala.
A mess.
By the way, before you continue, I just want a few voice notes on the Black Stars. I want to understand why people are not sad. I'm a bit confused there, because Black Stars used to be our number one. So the question is, when did you fall out? So is it that they don't like the Black Stars again? They are tired of Ghana football? Is it the politics? Somehow, Ghana has lost. We are not going to AFCON, and people don't even seem bothered.
Yes.
10 years ago, it was a major issue. I mean, when Ghana Black Stars plays and we don't do well, everybody's unhappy.
But let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Who is the best under 17 player in Ghana? And sports fans should mention a name.
What kind of question is that?
Second, I'll give you another opportunity.
I don't know.
Who is the best under 20 player in Ghana today?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
If I asked you this question 10 years ago,
I
you
would
have
have
names.
known. I would have had names. Was it not 10 years ago that we went to Brazil to misbehave? I would have had names.
You have names.
I would have had names. So what are you trying to insinuate?
The point I'm trying to make to you is that, and Ghanaians who are listening to me would have names. Today, they don't identify, so they don't even know those people. Okay, the love that you are talking about that is lost, the nonchalance that people have, emanates from the bottom, because there is nonchalance at the bottom. They don't know who these people are. They don't come from their communities. They don't represent them.
They don't know them.
They don't know who they are. Okay?
Is it Ghana specific, or is that how football is changing?
No, football has not changed.
So if I
that
go
much.
to Mali, will they know their best under 20?
Yes. I know who Senegal's best under 17 player is.
As we speak today.
As we speak. I know who their best under 20 player is. Amara Diaf.
You are serious?
Yes, I know who he is.
So if I go to Senegal, if I go to Mali,
if you spoke to 20 Senegalese people who the best under player and outside of their national team is, 11 of them will mention Amara Diaf.
So it means that there's a system there that still works.
Yes. If you went to Mali, everybody mentioned the boy who just went to Manchester United, Manu Kone.
So who will you say in Ghana?
That's the question. You see, because that is how you know the generation that is stepping in. That is how you know because without those names, there's no excitement.
Yeah.
They are the ones people go to watch.
But on that last week, people went to Paco. Accra people went to
the Black Stars game.
Yes. It's because there hadn't been one in Accra in ages.
So the love is still there, or it's gone?
I don't know.
Listeners, I want to hear from you. Send me a voice note.
I don't know.
Is it that you don't like Black Stars again? Is it the FA that's annoying you?
But let me talk solutions.
Yeah, before that, I just want people to send me notes. I want to understand my listeners because I'm confused. I think I'm the only person who is worried. So it worries me. I'm the only person who's worried because most people don't seem bothered. They are like, Charlie, good riddance. They should stay home. They don't. In fact, let me read some message for you. Somebody's even saying that.
That's what they stay home because people
they even think that
money.
They will chop our money. So this person says, look at this. So, good morning. At least the money that Black Stars would have gotten, we can commit to fight Galamsey and give Ghana Water to get additional equipment to filter our hard medals.
Let us see if the money will be given.
There's a better use of the 30 million they will go and share via coefficient. I'm glad they lost. All this chopping in the name of Black Stars should be suspended.
Which brings me to the point I'm going to make. Zibana.
So solutions.
The concept that
change the coach.
Thinking that the government has no role to play. I don't know where it comes from when it comes to fixing the football, because it is true that the Ghana Football Association is a private entity. It is true. But the Ghana Football Association handles certain parts of the game. Not all parts of the game. The development part of the game is done in collaboration with the government. You can't do. Why? Because the development part of the game, GFA does not own schools. GFA does not own the students who attend the schools. GFA does not own PE teachers. GFA does not own sports development officers. GFA does not own regional coaches. Guess who does? The government pays these people. Those people don't do their jobs well because the government does not even know what these people are supposed to do. And by that, I mean Mr. Haisif and his people, the sports ministry. So everybody assumes that football is developed by the Ghana Football Association.
That's not true.
Alone. It is not true. Listen, the amount of investment required, the spaces required, no private company can do it by itself. I'll give a typical example. Germany's reboot, the last time I checked their estimates, had cost them almost €1 billion. From €1 billion, the Dutch reboot to date has cost them almost €1 billion. By the time they won the World Cup, it had cost them almost €500 million.
Wow.
Does the German Football Association have the capacity
to do this?
To do that? No, it's the state. But will somebody say the state is interfering? No, because the state is contributing in the parts that it can contribute to. So what can the state do? We've always had the national training centers. We had one, it's gone, Winneba. They don't pay attention to it. Once in a while, something happens there. I don't know what it is they do there these days. Those who attend Winneba can tell me whether they still maintain a national training camp there, where the state actually trains its own footballers, who are then pulled out, because we've seen it before. Samoliko and Co are all products of that school.
So under 17, under 15, under whatever.
The inter-school system, that is a state system. The Ghana Football Association doesn't sanction interco. The football that is played at interco. You understand? That is Ghana Education Service.
The state should be doing that is not doing.
The playing spaces, the overarching policy of what the football should look like. You do that in collaboration with the Football Association, but you have a role to play, key in the development.
But can we blame the current decline of the Black Stars to all these things you are saying? Because these things are like long-term things. So.
But Bernard, if you don't do, hold on, if you don't do the long-term things, you see, we want to win by accident. Everybody is doing long-term except us. Bernard, I've said this to you before. There is no, if way you can win at the top and sustain it, if your junior teams are not doing well. It is not possible. It is not possible. If your junior teams are not doing well and producing a certain kind of quality to feed your senior national team, you will not do well. Our junior teams have not done well for a very long time. Guess who is not doing well? The senior national team.
So it's a
the time that our junior teams were doing well, guess which national team was competitive? The Black Stars of Ghana. It is as clear as day. You can't tell me that you will go and bring somebody from somewhere to come and play in the Black Stars and the under 20s is not good, the 17s are not good, the 15s are not good, but the Black Stars will do well.
So what you're trying to tell me is that the structure of developing football is broken and it's not working.
It's not working.
And we are just reaping the fruits of that dysfunction.
Yes, and the state has no issue. And I'm insisting on this because until that happens, Bernard, we will continue to assume that only football people develop football. But it is not only football people who develop football.
Okay.
You understand? Okay. It is not Kurt Dems alone. Kurt Dems deal with the final product.
But doesn't some of the things they do influence the development? Because if, for example, the junior teams are not working, it's possibly because they've not allowed a meritocracy to get into who gets selected.
You see, and I'm coming there, which is why I'm saying the state has not done its job. Look, when there used to be a system of selecting national players. Okay, it starts from the district all the way up, and I keep telling you this. By the time the Ghana Football Association comes in with their selectors, there is no way you can enter the Ashanti region when I was in school and look beyond Sule Muntari as the best left back.
Everybody knew.
Who are you going to pick? Where are you going?
So everybody knew that he was the best.
Exactly. And that was the school system that had produced him. If you set foot in Ashanti region, if you went to the Bono region at the time, and perhaps went to look beyond Ajimambedu at the time, or Anefri Akwa when he was in school at the time, the kind of questions you would have to answer.
You can't even justify.
You can't justify how you went to the Bono region to pick 3 players and you did not pick a free Aqua. Or you came to Kumasi and did not pick Sule Muntari. Or you came to Accra and did not pick some other player. I hope you understand.
Yeah.
That is the state providing its players for you, produced through the system, so that when the GFA comes and that meritocracy you are talking about, their selectors come and they say, oh, but I think this one is better than this one. The system will tell you that. How is it possible? Because this is the best player we have here. This is who we are giving you. You can't come and choose a player outside of, if the Ashanti region has picked its best inter-schools team, starting 11. the GFA cannot enter the Ashanti region at the time. Top Park with Sifebin that they are picking a player outside of the Ashanti best 11. Which where did that player come from? But these days, you are there, then they will
drop some under 17.
They will call Bernard Avle, starless. And I'm asking myself, they say Bernard Avle plays for a team in Dansuman. And I'm asking myself,
for Argentinos Juniors.
I said, who is Bernard Avle?
Nadabraka.
Because I spent the whole year running around Accra.
You didn't see any.
Nobody knows Bernard Avle, but they have called him to starless. Straight. He is there.
And nobody can question it.
Nobody can raise a question. Which is why I asked you the question
who is the best?
Who is the best under 17 player here?
But now that we don't know, that means they can bring anybody.
Which is what
has been happening.
So if the system worked with the state's involvement the way it's supposed to happen, when they come to Medina, everybody within the Medina enclave, as soon as they're going to do that selection that they are doing, the elite selection process that they do that. In fact, these days they still play the last selection, they did it at Medina, your old Medina place. As soon as they get there and they bring their players, the community knows that we are expecting that by the end of this selection process, Bernard Avle is in the team, Nathan Kwao is in the team, Godfrey Akutobuafu is in the team. Why? Because over there,
everybody knows
these are the 3 most talented individuals here. Take the talent and then take others. But some way, somehow, we've created a system where the players end up being passed over. Because they have superior talent, they still make it anyway. And then we bring them back.
But they haven't developed a cohort. They don't have any relationship with anybody. So they're just...
And I'm saying, how is this so? You're saying that, like, out of the blue, then England will be there. For example, perhaps, they call Phil Foden when he's 23.
Let's use Spain.
Yeah, and they didn't know Phil Foden when he was 15. Yeah. They didn't know Phil Foden when he was 16. Out of the blue, boom, Phil Foden, 23, Manchester City, come and play.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. But here's the situation we're asking ourselves. I'll tell you something. There's a boy called Prince Amuaku, Right to Dream. In the age category that he falls in, I will stick my chest out and say, there isn't a better winger in that age category than Prince Amuaku in this country.
How old is he?
Prince Amuaku is 17.
Wow.
There isn't one winger in that category who is better than Prince Amuaku.
But he's not in Starlets.
Which national team has he played for?
Okay, so the people in Starlets, where did they find them?
Which is the question we are asking. Which is the question we are asking. So you see, this Prince Amuaku you are talking about. I'll give an even easier example. Ibrahim Osman. We discussed him recently. He's the one who moved to Brighton.
And then was loaned.
And was loaned to Northern.
Okay.
He left Ghana a year ago.
Teenager.
Yeah, he left Ghana a year ago, Bernard. So from the time he was 12 years, nobody saw him in Ghana play football.
Good point. Yet a Brighton scout came to pick him.
He went to Right to Dream. The boy who just went to from Desideros to Real Betis. Which national team did he play for? Which national team? All 18 years. Between the age of 12, there is no way that boy emerges in a country like Mali, Senegal,
and they don't see
Burkina Faso. And between that age of 12 and 16 or 17, he has not worn the national shirt. It will not happen. So we have
therein lies our problem.
Therein lies our problem. So these boys, you see this boy we are speaking about, in a year or two, you let him break into the Real Betis first team.
They'll call him.
We are calling him Black Star.
Straight.
He will come.
No culture of
no
national
culture
team playing.
of nothing.
He doesn't have any affinity
What's
to
he
any
come
other,
and do?
Doesn't know any other person.
He's talented, but he's inexperienced.
Governor, you made a big point, but the question is, every year Blasters fail. We come on there and say, should we change the coach? Should we change what? So you are basically trying to tell me that all those things will not work if you don't do. The system is rotten.
But
the system is not functioning.
I'll tell you the system. Nathan, allow me on this one. I beg
you. Today, why you wild?
My wild, Pamania Bre. The system is designed in such a way that if we almost always pay more attention to the interest than the result. Okay. If we have a good squad, bring in a good coach to deal with the good squad. Give the good coach a good, a good unit.
A back room.
To work with, a good back room to work with in addition to that. That might be able to move you along and overcome some of these inadequacies. But to what end? Now here's a situation where we don't have a good coach. One who is inexperienced.
You don't think Otto is that good? They say he's not won something.
Yeah, but he's struggling.
But he went to World Cup.
But he's struggling.
Is it not the motivation of the team? Because okay, let me.
The coach can't motivate his own
Give me
players.
2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes.
Okay, I'll listen to you.
For me, there's a lot of noise around the Black Stars that doesn't help the players. Your national team, your country cannot get you a pitch that even is good enough for you to train on. A pitch that is approved for a game of a certain level. You are playing for Arsenal. You are playing for big teams in Europe. Your country is a footballing nation in Africa. They can't even get you a proper team. Your FA boss comes to scream at you and films it and is on social media. He's basically just reading a riot act to you, saying things that probably are not even necessarily true. Right? I mean, you have an international break. There are too many games. You want to make it into your next team. So maybe it's a motivation problem.
Nope.
The players are probably like fed up with all that.
But the point is, on a how is it that in 2024, Ghana as a country has won 2 games, 2 national team games, one against Mali, one against Central African Republic, and how is it that if we say it is motivation, how is it that the players don't realize the difficult situation where they are looking at an AFCON qualifying table,
but they are tired
and they can't seem to find?
You don't get it. I'm trying to say maybe they are fed up with the whole thing. There's a lot of media bashing. The FA doesn't seem to. I mean, look at the Keto Kraku video. These players are not kids, right? And he's just basically telling them what.
Yeah, there's all of that.
You can't even have a proper. Imagine, you are. Let's assume you're a party. You play at Arsenal. You look at the facilities. Then you come to Accra Sports Stadium. In fact, the last game you went to Legon, the pitch is bumpy. You are getting injured, and when you get injured, if I'm a player, I was like, this thing, what am I even doing? So maybe we've gotten to a point where the players themselves don't want to play.
No, but it's not just that. You see that video Kets did. That motivation, the passion.
The motivation video.
The passion video.
Martin
the
Luther Ket.
Martin Luther.
Yeah, Martin Luther Ket.
I want to put you on you. But let me tell you something.
Oh, Lord.
3 years ago or 4 years ago, Black Stars dressing room, Ket can't make that speech.
He doesn't dare. He dare not.
To who?
So we are talking about 2017, Seth. Even 2017 Black Stars.
To who? Asamoah
John Dumomi.
Or the day are you?
Or the day are you?
Or Kojo Asamoah.
Or who?
He can't do it.
Who?
Why? So they had stronger personalities?
Of course. Born out of years of experience in that system.
He can't come and shout on them.
No. Because they will tell you their mind.
They are not afraid.
It is that telling of mind that caused the fight between Sule Muntari and...
So 2014 matters, which you witnessed personally.
Yes.
So you're also saying that there's a certain
who are you
level
going to
of the character. When I say character, I'm talking of like personality.
Yes.
For two, we don't have strong personalities in the Black Stars again.
For two.
Who is the leader of the Black Stars? Who's the captain, Seth?
Now it's Party, but he wasn't around, so the captaincy has been.
Party is not very expressive.
No, not
so
at all.
from Asamoah to Andre, say these guys they die for the country.
From Stephen
Appiah to John Mensah to Asamoah to Andre. They are all very loyal.
Who are you going to tell this thing to? Which dressing room? Some of them, if you enter the dressing room, they'll sack you.
Serious?
Oh, they'll sack you.
As an FA official.
To come and do what in the dressing room? Are you the coach?
Hey.
Are you the coach?
You've seen some of this with your eyes before.
Which is what I'm saying.
So that means there are many issues. It's not just the football development piece.
No, it is.
You sure?
See, because if the football is developed, you don't have the FA president giving that speech. You have your captain of the national team.
So it's a desperate move to try and revive a sinking ship.
Exactly, because you see, do you know why? Listen to what he was talking about. He was talking about passion. He was talking about the need to kill yourself. Jiku was born in France.
Kinyaki was born in Spain. Semenyo was born in London.
And Nesnyama went to Right to Dream and went to Northern.
Mo Kudus.
Same. Atizigi grew up until he was 15, lived in this country. They went to Austria. Gideon Mensah, he left pretty late. Tariq Lamptey grew up in London.
Charlie. It's enough. It's okay.
No, let me go through the list for.
Okay, Salisu.
Maybe
Salisu is a Ghana man.
Yes,
it's a hard guy.
But look at even Alidu spent most of his formative years in here and Mali.
Charlie.
And then went to France.
So the connection is not even there.
You see, so you are telling, what are you telling them? They don't feel that connection to you, one. They don't know you. They don't know each other that well.
So let me give you an example. Like, you know how Accra Sports Stadium, when they go and they know some of the players, Asamajan would have been known by the Dansoman people.
Growing up.
So when he comes to park, somebody will say, Charlie, that thing is not there again. So they are watching strangers.
Let me give you an analogy that will work for you. Do you know why we are number one as a breakfast show?
Why?
Chemistry.
We don't have chemistry there.
Do you know how many years you and I have done this?
Oh, I know you too much.
You and I have known each other personally as journalists in our formative years.
Good.
This iteration of the breakfast show, you and I have done it almost near a decade.
More than.
You understand? You can close your eyes and know what mood I'm in. I can close my eyes and know what mood you are in.
You can cook the
That is why we are.
I'll cook the topic for you to
cook. That is why we are the best show.
Oh Lord! Oh Lord!
The Black Stars don't have it. The 20s don't have it.
Charlie.
The 17s don't have it. The coaches themselves don't have it. Why? Look, you can't cheat football. John Pencil.
You can't cheat nature.
You see, whoever made the decision to put John Pencil, Joseph Lahman as assistants to Otto was setting up the country to fail. And obviously showed again the deficiencies. And also I'm saying that the ministry, for instance, that piece, should have asked questions. Why is it that if we have a coach of this experience level, because Otto's experience level is there for all to see, why are we adding 2 other inexperienced persons to this bench? It's a question the ministry that pays them should have asked. Somebody there should have asked that question. Because it is the Ministry of Youth and
the
Sports.
Ministry pays the coaches.
The ministry has a technical directorate that should know that you don't take the unproven academic coach of a division, an ill-performing Division 2 team, albeit he's a former national star, and hand him the assistant coach of one of the most important national teams on the continent, in addition to appointing a coach who is trying to find his way. Where does he go for guidance?
So the coach wasn't too experienced himself.
He's trying to find his way.
So you probably need a balance. So sometimes when you have a very new coach, you bring an older assistant so that he can.
Yes. You see, football is about minutes. A lot of us tend to. Ignatius, our good friend in Sudan, is not everybody's cup of tea. He's very abrasive.
You mean Chrissy Apia's number 2?
He's confrontational.
Where was he coaching before?
In Ghana, a lot of teams.
City,
but the thing is this:
he's a proper coach.
Yeah, he gets into a lot of trouble. Sometimes talks a lot more than the results will show.
True, yes.
But you know what? He has coaching minutes.
He's been there.
A lot.
For somebody that young, he spent the last 6 years being a head coach at elite level.
So he knows his onions.
So no matter how much he talks, he has seen different defensive schemes. He has seen different offensive schemes. Before that, he was, he was assistant under 17 coach of Somalia.
And then he's gone. He's a journeyman. Somalia.
They are seeing all kinds of things. One of the few coaches who has strikes against his name
has been arrested
for improper conduct on the pitch.
He's coached under 17 Somalia.
The point, that's the point he's making.
So you take that and then you compare that to John Pencil. And this is Ignatius in the realms of international football will be considered a novice. With the CV I just read out to you, he's a novice.
But yet in Africa he's done things.
But in Ghana he's coached. Then you give Otto with his clear lack of experience. Then you say John Pencil.
But they say Otto is Dortmund.
He's a trainer scout.
Dortmund is a big team.
Yeah, but he does talent development.
The difference. Even if I'm watching balls in Dortmund, I'd rather be a doorkeeper in the house of the Lord than to dwell in the tents of the wicked.
It's like saying you've hired Liverpool's set piece coach to become head coach of the Black Stars.
It doesn't work like that. He's doing a particular job.
He's skilled at something.
What is Otoado's skill?
He's improving talent ID and development. So he
should develop the players.
But this
is a different.
You see, at the national team level, you're not doing development.
Different
It's decision making.
Decision making. National team who are developing.
Yes, it's decision making, Bernard.
The players are cooked.
So let me finish this point for him. It's very important, and that's where the problem. You bring Joseph Lehrmann, his assistant.
Where is he from?
He's from Germany.
What has he done before?
The CV is not that rich. You bring what's his face? John Pencil. Coaches John Pencil Academy at Adjingano. That is all he has on his CV. As a coach, not as a player. Outstanding international career as a player. That gives him a certain level of experience. But if we're to do that, then we might as well let Steve Napier sit on the bench too.
And maybe lie.
And lie. I'm saying
lie is a proper.
I'm told lie is a coach.
Yeah, but I'm saying
stay on point.
If we are giving John Pencil that based on his experience,
then give it to Steve Napier.
Let Steve Napier come and sit on the bench.
He has a stronger personality.
He has a stronger CV as a player.
Okay.
You understand?
So that was a bad team to put together.
On a bad day, Otoado is sweating from head to toe.
Yeah. He turns to the bench.
He turns to the bench and he's looking at John Pencil's face.
No, maybe Chris Hughton. But when Chris Hughton was there, what did Chris Hughton?
Are we going to win?
Well, when Chris Hughton was there, why didn't Chris Hughton help him?
When Chris Hughton was his advisor.
When John Pencil's academy.
Yeah.
Bernard, look, you know me. I'll be blunt about it.
I'm an academy man, so now I know.
If we are to name the best 50 football academies, teams, Division 2 teams in this country, John Pencil Academy is not one of them. I'm telling you. I'm not being rude. I'm not being facetious. I'm just telling you. But everybody who, look, when the day that announcement was made, I have a friend in who, he called me and was like, Godfred, are you serious? I was like, what do you mean? You say you football people. I said, okay, I understand. And he's like, his team played JP Academy. He was like, he said after the game, he came with somebody from the UK. The person asked him, are you sure a former footballer of that level coaches this team?
The boys know they sit up.
Omar Saroff.
No. Academy boys know that be.
No. His one is not that. He has the Nadabi section.
And he has the Zongo boys.
He has the hard boys. He has the hard boys.
And still Aminana.
Look, I'll tell you something. If you know your football, everybody go to Ajengano, 4 p.m. on a daily. After, I think they train 2 before Projin comes at 4. Go and sit there and watch them train.
All age levels. Under 14. And
you train the senior boys too.
Yes.
When they go and watch them, when you finish, go to Trasako.
Yes.
Behind that camera. And go and watch Kujua Samoa's, the first team of SMAC. The one that Kujua Samoa trains. Nobody will tell you the difference.
Also, got a academy in Ghana.
Oh yes, the Juventus Academy.
The Juventus
Academy. And he has the first.
And he's there physically.
Yeah, him and Jerry are coming who coach the first team with Reginald Asante. Reggie.
I'm up for Ghana.
If you watch, forget that at the B side, they have what they call the talent squad and then the general squad.
Okay.
If you watch the talent squad and they are playing football,
even under 10.
No, the talent squad is an under 18 team.
Under 18.
Yes. Bernard.
Did they play?
Look, I came back after a game I showed him.
I watched the team.
They are properly trained.
I brought him the video.
So they can compare to any European under.
Look, the understanding, the fundamentals, the movement, everything is modern.
And this is Kujua Jerry Akaminku and
Reggae.
Wow.
They have some Dada B winger be on the right.
So
killer winger. He go JU.
Yeah, some boy from the US.
Some US, but he go JU.
Hey. So you bring that in and then you compare. So what aid are you giving? It's a technical bench.
So let's go through this. The development, the state has misunderstood its role. So there's no junior team system that functions. The players are strangers to each other. The technical team was not strong enough. What about the FA itself? Because, usually when a team fails like this, you want to make a change. So let's assume the President of the Republic is listening, or the Minister of Sports or whatever, and want to do something drastic. Are you basically saying that this is unsalvageable because we are reaping the fruits of many years of bad decisions? So it's not like, if you can ever appoint a great coach, he may qualify them for something, but you've just prepared over the cracks that you really...
And that is what we've done all the time. We paper over the cracks. We papered over the cracks with the stadium problem in 2022 for it to rear its head in 2024.
So we have not solved any of the problems.
We haven't solved any of the problems. We haven't solved any of the problems. You see, when people the reason why again, and I got a message, somebody saying I should just say that Kurt and his people have taken over the junior national teams and select their own players. If you listen to the bigger point I'm making,
the government has allowed that.
They have allowed it to happen.
So it's not like Kirk has put a gun to their neck. The government has also not been.
You see, because like I'm saying, if Kurt were FA president during the time of Sule Muntari and co, I'm just saying, he cannot call his own players into the national team, even if he wants to.
Because we know that all the players there are there by merit, and we know that our best players.
We know who they are.
It's true.
You understand? So it's simply not. It's easy to say, "Oh, Kurt is calling his own players." Yes, but in finding a solution, you create a system that does not allow him to do so, to be able to call his players without question. Because as soon as they call Precious Bafo, what is Collins Boa, the one that we're calling Plenty, or whichever player we assume is a Kurt player, the system immediately knows that no. In this position that you are talking about,
there are 3 or 4
players that everybody knows are there. So they question you. Which is why I'm saying, at the moment, the general public cannot even question you. Look, back in the day, if you call a national team then, and there was a boy called Edubofo, George Yamwa, at the time. Yeah. If those boys, you call a national team in this country, but every blind man who doesn't even watch football will ask you, hey, and at 12 for George
Yamwa, I remember him. Yeah.
And they will ask you. Because you cannot go anywhere in this country and go and tell us that you've picked another 17 team that does not include George Yamwa.
Wow.
Or when Yate was playing football, Dr. Panier, that you've picked a youth team and, oh, I'm FA president. So I picked my player and let Dr. Panier. Hey, then the FA president, you walk through a crowd. Because everybody knows that if you are calling the 17, this is the person you are calling. Or that, did they not drop Awulekwe back in the day? Junior, not senior, junior.
Yeah.
Magic.
Yeah.
The sports minister picked up the phone and said, hey. I've seen the list.
There's no.
You cannot pick a number 10 or a number 8 in this country from a greater Accra who is better than Awulekwe. And everybody knew it at that time that it was not possible. So if the system understands what it's supposed to do, and this is why I'm saying the government needs to pay attention, needs to wake up to its duties.
Let's hear some voices. This is Citi Breakfast Show. I didn't intend to make this a main discussion, but
no, because people are upset.
Me, I don't even know. I was sad, but it looks like I don't even know. Let's hear some comments.
This is Ibrahim. Hi, Bernard and team. Good morning. This is Ibrahim from Tema. I think the reality is that we have mismanaged our football and indeed our country for so long that people have simply checked out and are associating the failure of the Black Stars to the failure of the country. So what you're seeing is that there is a lack of love for football in general, even at the league level, because people are just seeing the reality of the mismanagement. I mean, when Ghana was playing Sudan yesterday, apparently, and I say this because it still needs to be authenticated, the FA president was in Germany with a hastily assembled under-20 team that they are trying to sell, players, to scouts and so on. Some numbers were mentioned that each player was going for $200,000. So they have turned the entire football, architecture of this country into a money-making machine. And the fans have seen through it, and everybody recognizes it. So you cannot have people loving the team and loving the game when they see that the officials that are meant to develop the game are using the game for their personal benefit. It's the same as what we're seeing in the country. So to ask people to be patriotic when the leaders who are supposed to foster that same patriotism are not doing it, you're not going to get the right love that you want to see. And that's exactly what we're seeing today. Thank you.
Charlie Bernard, I think that the whole thing starts from the head. We should scrap the whole GFA and our whole football administration system. Government should get involved. FIFA should suspend us for 2 years. We restructure and plan it well. as your panel is saying, start from under 17 to under 20. We need proper restructuring. And also, we should reduce this bringing foreign players. With the play ball for Ghana, if we psych the players right, we can go far. Thank you.
Bernard, good morning. This is Isaac, boat driver. I'm enjoying the show. It's so sad. Yesterday, when I watched the match, it's so sad. Looking at 3 defenders, allowing 1 striker to just fly and score a goal. At least, pull him down. I mean, if it is a free kick, it's normal. It's possible we can defend it. Hey, yo.
See, I really want Nathan to talk more about this. Bernard, you are suppressing Nathan from sharing his opinion. Aside that, Bernard, our football is on the edge of dying. Bernard, that is where the problem is coming from. Because we are not having coast-to-coast football going. And Bernard, how then do you employ a scout coach to coach your national team? So the major factor of this whole thing is that you employ a scout coach to coach a whole national team. And whoever that also employed this scout coach, which is Kate. Bernard, 1, Kate Wabon. 2, Otuado Wasa. End of story.
Why, Bernard, why are you worried? When Ketokreku is a GFA president, whilst the Black Stars were losing, he has his collected team, the friends and chronics players gathered playing a tournament or a friendly match when they lost 5 goals to 0. They are just making money out of the game, and we are there following the game with our hearts. We are not doing no more. It's good they've lost. We are going to save our money to build our dear Mother Ghana. Thank you. Good morning.
Hi, Bernard and team. Good morning. This is Ibrahim.
Yeah, Bernard. Good morning. Yeah, you're doing well. You're doing well for bringing blaster issue this morning for us to talk about. Bernard, it looks like, since Stephen Appiah, Olele, Michael Essien, Kojo Poku, those squad, since they left the scene, the interest in football it looks like they took football away. You don't know what is going on. Today, Black Star coach, today the players, they even call, you don't get them. Even the so-called professional players that we know they are doing well outside there, you can't even see what they do when they come here. So the love for the game is not there. You watch and you don't see any playmaker. You watch and the Ghana is being scored. There is nothing interesting. We have to struggle and put the calculator down and do calculations before we can know the next step. In some way. So how do you follow this? You don't see Stephen Appiah, you don't see Mike Essien, you don't see anybody. You don't see these types in the game. So there's nothing nice to watch. Apparently, Charlie, you focus elsewhere. Put your mind on something else that will benefit you. Yeah, my name is Nee from La.
Good morning, Bernard and team. So this is what I think, right? Yesterday, I didn't even know there was a match going on until I went to a shop to go and buy stuff before I realized there was a match going on. Even the shop attendants in the shop, nobody, they were just bored. And so they just had to watch something. And that's what the feeling is now. There's nothing else amusing. So, okay, if Ghana Blasters is playing, let's watch. It's not as if, the Germany 2006 and, Can 2008 and, Ghana Blasters. Yeah, no. There's nothing like that. Everybody was just going about their business. If someone was watching it on TV, it was just because there was nothing amusing to watch. So they just had to watch it. It wasn't, that kind of feeling. And it's everywhere. It's everywhere in this country.
Bernard and team, thank you. In fact, Black Stars has dwindled to the bottom. And we are very much happy. Friends of Sudan, we are happy that they are all back home and we will watch AFCON on TV together. Gone were the days where we could mention first 11 of Black Stars. Today, if I ask you to mention the first 11 squad for the Black Stars, would you be able to mention them off head? You will not, because as Godfred said, we cannot identify with the players. They are nonchalant. So they should just come home, stay. We'll play football on the Sakura pitch.
Yeah, on the issue of the Blasters, I think I've lost it. I used to be very passionate about the Blasters and what happens to them. But yesterday when the match was being played, in fact, I was angry, so I went out to go and buy some food. There's one friend of mine who was so passionate, who was shouting. I told him, my brother, please keep your calm. These Blasters will destroy your BP, as it were. And along the line, he stopped eating. When we had considered 2 goals, he stopped eating. And I said, what? What are you doing to yourself? Please, eat your food. I beg you. I am going to eat my yokagari gobe. Gone are the days when I lost appetite when the Blasters lost a match. I don't care anymore.
Good morning, Bernard. This is Edmond from B Hills. For me, I think Black Stars lost our love from the day they forced a certain president to send them money before they play football match, after which they lost. And then since then, the spirit of the nation just departed from them. So I don't see Black Stars reviving or coming back now. If they have to come back, then they have a lot of work to do. Thank you.
Hello, good morning, Aloski. You see, the whole matter is that Ghana needs a reset. The reset conversation is a very serious one. We better take it serious. Ghana really needs a reset. Nothing about this country is working. Football, economy, education, just mention everything. Nothing is working. So the reset conversation is not about NDC, nor NPP, but Ghana needs a reset. Thank you.
Hello, good morning, Bernard. The analysis Nathan and Godfred are making there is very true. Yesterday, I sneaked out to go and watch the match. You find a way of watching the match, though they were not telecasting it. So I sneaked out to go and watch the match. Charlie, see, you can see clearly what the Sudanese want to do. You can see clearly what their manager or their coach have asked them to do. They clearly came to Ghana to come and draw. And they clearly went to Libya to go and win. Ghana was in possession of the ball most of the times, but we are not in control of the game. No chemistry. Nothing is working. Nothing is working. So for me, Charlie, the game as I watch it, I kept saying that, Charlie, these guys have lost. Until we even lost the game. Analysis, everything, Charlie. Nothing is working. It's good they didn't even qualify. It's good they didn't qualify, because if they did, Charlie, budget, money, chopping, and all that, Charlie, it's okay. We have had enough. It's okay. Even the World Cup, I get card, they will not go, because that one card. Now that politicians have started promising people to take people to World Cup there. Charlie, we need like 5 years. not to play any international tournament. We should just stay home and then do our homework, work our things out. That's it. Thank you.
Bernard and Tim, good morning. It is so sad, right? Now, we've graduated from not being able to qualify from the group stage of an African Cup to not being able to qualify at all. So we are just retrogressing. Ghana team now calls they just call people and no system anywhere. For me, I'm not happy we didn't qualify, to be honest. I'm really disappointed. African Cup? No, man.
Good morning, Bernard and team. I think that Ghanaians are gradually and generally becoming intolerable due to the lack of proper governance and the lack of the show of proper leadership in our systems across board. I recall, and I'll give two examples. I recall when President Mills, the late President Mills, was ill, how people prayed for him and all that. And I'm comparing that to how people are almost wishing Nana Bediotio, the president secretary, dead. And you can see the outpour of social media comments and other things. And you juxtapose that to that of the late president's illness. And you can tell that Ghanaians have really become something else out of frustration, if I should say. Number two, I remember as a child, Senegal '92. I was very little, but I remember how heartbroken I was when Ghana lost the game. Now, compare that to Ghana losing to Ghana losing yesterday. It is, and then our response and other things. I think that something has got to be done. We need to do something. Thank you.
Honestly, so you are asking us to be happy that no. We don't even want the Black Star to qualify. Because the people will come back and present our budget. It will make sense of the economy itself. We know the sit up. The small money you get, it's enough. The people know they finish everything. So that's that. They forecast they have make we all watch the tournament for television. Thank you.
Bernard, good morning. So maybe we need to interview Ketokreku and ask him in the face on what basis or on what criteria did he appoint this trainer coach called Otto Addo as coach for the national team. Before he was appointed, the GFA by itself released a set of criteria. Which of those criteria has Otto Addo met? No international coach of international repute would ever allow this GFA president to walk into his team and begin to talk to them the way he did in the hotel the other day. Nobody will allow that. But of course, I don't understand how a man can labor all his life, audition so many years to become GFA president, become the GFA president, and fail woefully at it. And he doesn't even care. That's what annoys me about him.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
They've made it straight to the top. Oh yeah, 'cause so far so good. Come on, let's shoot the stars to victory. free. Come on, fulfill the promise of hope and glory.
The thing over me, I no go lie, you over me. But those saying they don't care. See, this was an opportunity. Morocco, very close to Spain. So like, this one should be the precursor to the World Cup. Morocco, close to Spain. Don't just look at the football bit. Look at the opportunities. Okreku has been terrible from day one. And I don't know why. Yes, the fight against Galamsey is important, but equally this one also is about life. Then we need to get this guy out of our football. Okreku has no business running Ghana football. To Ado, please, if you love Ghana, stand down, please.
Cause we can feel in our hearts. They're going straight to the top.
Good morning, Bernard. I hope you and your colleagues are doing well. My name is Hadi. Bernard, I think I was so excited when the Black Star lost the match. I was so excited. Because we cannot take this kind of thing to Morocco. We will disgrace ourselves. So I think the best thing for the government to do is to just allow all of them to go. And then we just, we have local players that can do better than all these, international players. You think a local player will see $15,000 and play?
Yo, good morning, Bernard and Tim. This is Ben Hillerson from Ashama. My greetings to you and your listeners this morning. You see, Ghana Football Association has turned into politics. Yeah, let me just say politics. Like your colleague was saying, there is no good structure. You understand? Those days when Stephen Appiah, John Mensah, Asamoah Gyan and Co., the Michael Essien, Muntari, they were playing ball. Even some of us, we were in school, but we ran away from school just to come and watch football. But these days, some of us, we are free. The TV is on, and they say Ghana is watching. The Ghana is playing ball. We don't even have the zeal to watch the football anymore. How can a whole Black Star go for an African Cup and will drop during group stages? World Cup, same thing. Come back to African Cup, same thing. How? The structures, everything. Me, I lost interest in watching Ghana football the moment Asamoah Gyan was kicked out of the, indirectly kicked out from the team. You understand? You could see that politics has started itself, building up itself from that time. So, see, a lot of things has to be done about this GFA, okay? A lot of things from the technical team, the selection of the players, setting up everything. A lot of things has to be done before Ghana football can stand on its feet again.
And they will make the name of
Charlie, this song, was it 2010 or 2014? When did Tala release this song?
2006.
Yeah, 2006.
Oh, Charlie, Adokwe Papo's team. Germany Twitter, but that was a good.
And
you know, it's funny. We played Italy in our first game, and I was as nervous as something. But you know, after that game, all the nerves went. Yeah. And what we did to Czech Republic, and then US.
That was a team. That
so that was Doya.
And you know, that was just to highlight the fall and the contrast.
This week,
10 years ago today, we beat Brazil in the under-20 World Cup final.
Oh, Egypt.
In Cairo.
Andre, are you?
Yes.
Azimambedu?
16th October 2009.
I was in the UK. I was in Birmingham. I watched it on.
And it was also this week, I think 11 years ago.
This week?
Yeah.
What year is this?
That we beat Egypt 6-1.
This same week?
I think this week.
So from beating Brazil to win the
Under-20 World Cup, Africa's only winners.
And probably giving us our last real good generation of youth team become national team. Because I think after the Andre generation, I don't think there's been another generation that's followed, right?
In terms of like going.
You're talking about from what he was saying. So if you look at from under 19 to they went to the 2010 World Cup,
yes,
and then 2014.
Yeah.
There has not been anything like this. And then of course this was the 2014 team that beat Egypt Richard Abutrika and Salah, Asamoah and then
Asamoah, Achu, Waris, Essien. So Essien's towards the end of his Black Stars
and
career.
then of course
Andrea
Kojo Asamoah. That was a serious team.
Yeah.
So since then it's been downhill.
And the signs were there. The signs had always been there. Like Godfred said, we always you could tell that something needed to be done to get the production line up and running, or we needed to do better in terms of developing the football, not only on the national team side, but just the entire structure and how we run football.
Let me ask you two questions. Are you surprised at people saying they're happy the team lost, they've lost love? So you, as a sports show host, you started feeling this early. It's not surprising.
Look, I can trace this back to 2014. A lot of the, maybe disdain is a poor word, but a lot of the ill feeling towards the Black Stars, ambivalence, started in 2014.
It's been a decade
old. The episode
old.
in Brazil and the revelations that followed, the Commission of Inquiry, flying money.
2015, we went to AFCON and we're second. We lost to Ivory Coast on penalties. 2017.
Yeah, look, 2014.
So things were not that bad.
It wasn't that. Yeah, 2014.
Or it was a good team that was in decline, but we didn't see it.
Yeah, we didn't see it. And then when the bad times started happening, people started going back to 2014 to say, we give them money, they don't perform, blah, 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 all of those things.
Second point, where does this leave the FA?
In a very uncomfortable place. The FA will have a lot of soul searching to do. I wonder if it will do it, because the GFA president was not even there in Libya.
He wasn't at the match.
He wasn't there in Libya.
Why?
He was with the under-20s in Germany.
Or maybe he saw the signs on the wall.
For whatever reason, I don't know why he was not there. For somebody who was not caught, but was on tape saying all these things about
the
showing love and passion and the crucial game you didn't go, I think it speaks very badly of the FA boss. And I think the FA itself as an institution needs you see, this is a stark reminder of how your stock can really fall and the depths to which you can sink if you don't do the basic hard work all other countries are doing, but we think we can circumvent.
So their last cash cow is also going. Because apparently you guys used to say that they've destroyed everything else, but they've left the Black Stars.
Yes.
And now the Black Stars are not performing. So now they'll have to be forced to do.
They will have to be forced to do the hard work. And the FA should be reminded that hard work could not be achieved in months. It's not like when the World Cup qualifiers resume and possibly we win a few games, we are fine. No. Because at a point it will show again. There has to be a lot of hard work that will go into tearing down the structure and building it from the ground up. Because like we've seen from other countries, if you do not put in the hard work, the results will not come. It is by no fluke that countries like Mauritania and things are doing well. They are doing well because they are doing the hard work.
I thought even Comoros and things.
They are investing the money where it must be invested. They are doing the things that are needed to get them up. So we have to start thinking long and hard about doing the hard work. I know people argue and say, countries like Morocco, they put in the hard work. They've not won an AFCON. Well, they got to a World Cup semi-final. Their day of reward will come.
They'll probably host and win this one.
Probably. But we have to do our bit. And you see, the failure to do so hurts at as many levels. Think about it. A generation that has Kudus, Nyama and things are missing an AFCON in their time. They may make the subsequent ones, but this will sting. It will hurt.
For a long time.
For a very long time. So the GFA has a lot of work to do.
Let me end with a final note from a lady listener who's not too pleased, and then we will move on to the next issue.
Bernard, I am so happy we lost yesterday. And I mean, why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we? Since Kurt took over as the GFA president, really, what has he achieved? What has he achieved during his tenure? And to even talk about these players who have totally no passion for their craft. When it comes to Ghana, it's a different ball game. When they are playing elsewhere, they will die for their clubs. Of course, I understand. The stakes are higher when it comes to their clubs. And so really, if you ask me, we are better off staying home than going for this AFCON. Seriously. I know how I pray we will even make it for the World Cup qualifiers. Bernard, we really need to sit down and look at the management of the GFA. It's so bad. Like, Ghana football is in a sorry state. I don't know which of the leagues is working. I don't know. But in any case, I really don't care now. And so, yes, good riddance. Thank you very much.
How many roads we had to walk just to make it to the door? Those who spoke that have
The
been
Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Charlie, this year's elections, I am really confused. I don't know who to vote for.
Why don't you know who to vote for? Let's listen to one policy JDM says he's going to implement when he's voted.
After so NDC ban, you may be in Juman kitten. My a branch executive na di omo bejim. Say Kuko na person share poultry farm, Ketu be near Mao, Akuko Bono, near Ton Kuko na Mao, near Mao, Ediania, or the better Ediania, Sika, or the better Ediania.
But why are you laughing? My guy, relax. So this is the reason he wants us to vote for him? Oh, the man hasn't changed one bit. Same old dead goat. Now let's listen to one of the many policies Dr. Bawumia has for the youth.
Jobs would be my major focus. Now, me be training 1 million youth in digital skills.
And see, that's not all. Apart from that, he's going to set up SME Bank to enable SMEs expand, to create jobs for the youth, and also increase demand with the buy now, pay small policy, which is the credit scoring system.
Oh, really?
That's not all, oh. Let me give you the last one. He says he's going to introduce Buy Ghana First policy to boost local businesses to help them expand and employ more youth.
Wow. Now, I know who I'm voting for come December 7th. Dr. Bawumia, you have my vote.
Yes, so these are but a few of DMB's bold solutions for the youth when he's voted into power come December 7th. I've changed my mind. I'm not voting for JDM anymore. I'll vote for the bold solutions man, Dr. Bawumia. Great decision, my brother. This year, Dr. Bawumia's vote, yem fan cheche.
And yeah,
Vote Dr. Bawumia, number 1 on the ballot.
Are you hoping to start university?
And in studio, we have friends from Fidelity Bank. What is the occasion? Well, in 2011, a startling revelation by Fidelity Bank and its research partner, Fino, highlighted a significant challenge within Ghana's financial landscape. 70% of the adult population was unbanked. Now, that was serious. Rather than accepting the status quo, Fidelity saw the untapped 70% of the population as a chance to innovate. So they recognized that if it could bring these unbanked individuals into the financial system, it would not only expand its customer base, but also drive economic growth by fostering financial inclusion. So they embarked on a journey of research and collaboration, partnering with like-minded organizations to develop a strategy that would be both bold and inclusive. And today, Fidelity Bank is celebrating 10 years of successful financial inclusion. I have two of their key minds. Samuel Dodo is the head of inclusive banking, Fidelity Bank. Welcome, Samuel. And Dr. David Ochre is head of agency banking, Fidelity Bank. Welcome, Doc, as well.
Thank you.
Wonderful. So why the celebration, and what does this mean for Fidelity Bank, this decade of financial inclusion?
Yes, Bernard, thank you. Thank you very much to your listeners. This morning we are very grateful for you having us. I wanted to wade into the sports. I think it is.
Because you're a footballer yourself.
Yes. Like I told you, way back in Presec, and I used to play a lot.
Were you a schemer or a defender?
I was a midfielder.
Playmaker.
Those times we call it, I was playing either number 6 or number 8. Yes. And I fortunately I was a captain, and I also went to University of Ghana. I captained the Legon Hall team for about 2 years.
You're a Legon Hall player?
Yes. So
you could make things happen on the park.
So yes, so financial inclusion. Just like you have actually given the apt preamble. 2011. I mean, we did all the research and realized that there's the need for us to fill a vacuum. So around 2013, we started the agency banking agenda because accessibility was a major issue. The reason why a lot of people are not on, are either unbanked or underbanked. So 2013, we sought out to undertake a research where we used just about 24 of the agents to pilot, and by 2014, we were issued with the licenses by the BOG, the regulator, to actually go out with our agency banking rollout. So I just want to highlight a few things that we did in 2014 and the reason why we have come this far. So 2014, like I indicated, we launched the Smart Account. The Smart Account is a bit of a low-tiered account with a lower KYC as compared to our personal and other account. With the Smart Account, you just need about 5 minutes to open an account, just an ID, you can open an account. So that's here we actually launched our Smart Account. We also, like I indicated, were issued with the licenses to actually go out with our agent points, where for every retailer outlet, you can actually become an agent of the bank if you want to actually go into that. So, and I can confidently say that by now, or as of today, we have close to about 10,000 agents scattered across the country undertaking basic banking services. So the same year, we also provided banking services to Kaya and smallholder farmers in the year 2014. We also launched a financial literacy program for women groups and village savings group. The same year, we also actually liaised with some of the international organizations to provide financial inclusion initiative. So the year 2014 was quite a massive year for us. And then we believe that having done that and having come that far, it is important that we look at the successes that we've chalked. We look at the future, what the future holds for us, because like I think we are the pioneers of agency banking, of financial inclusion. And then it is very important that we trumpet what we have done, create more awareness, drive more traffic to the agent point. Because even though the agents are there to serve their customers with the basic banking services, most of their customers are a bit skeptical because they really don't know what we offer. So we use this opportunity to actually educate the customers that if you go to an agent point, you can undertake all the basic banking transactions that you need to do. Hence, this celebration. Thank you.
Someone talk to me about the journey so far, being almost like the pioneers in this. Because I actually remember the first time I heard of inclusive banking, I was talking to somebody from your bank. I think it was called Dr. Deban also. He's the first person I heard use that term, inclusive banking. Of course, it's moved on to other things. So, in a sense, you are pioneers in this area of inclusive banking. What has been the impact on society and on customers?
So Bernard, just to dovetail a bit into what David said. So being not actually, we are actually the pioneers, as the first pioneers for the banking sector. And like you said, Dr. Durban was the one who started this with Fidelity Bank. So being the pioneers in a Ghanaian-owned bank, it was important that we play a key role in the economic livelihood of our people. And how do we do that? We have to look at the way we bring them into the system so that we can now provide that service and support that we need to provide for them. So having brought a lot of people into the system, Women Group, KIA, VSLA, are great financing for smallholder farmers. Now you need to understand how they want to operate, how they want to come into the system. And I well know that you remember when you're going to open an account, all the details that you are required to open. Hence, that was the barrier for why people were not coming to the bank. So looking at this singular approach of just an ID, no additional document, you come into the bank, it gave us the opportunity to now touch base with quite a number of people. In the first few months, we rolled out more than 200 people came into the banking system with us. And just imagine that your car is moving and then you realize that there are some changes you have to do on the tire or the engine. Are you now going to stop the car to change the tire? No, it still has to be a moving car. So the learning curve we've gone through in pioneering this financial inclusion as a bank has been significant, because then we've innovated on products, on our services delivery to customers, and today we have 1.5 million customers within our financial inclusion system. So for the inclusive banking, where I said the focus is how do we continuously improve on product innovation, service delivery to the customer, because that is where the customer acquisition is coming on to, and then we can leverage on our agent point to bring in the customers as well and to provide quick service.
So it's a win-win.
It's always
for
a win-win
the bank,
for
for
the
society, for other businesses. Talk to me about the financial inclusion products you have and some of their features. And while you're doing that, talk a bit about your smart account as well.
So we have, we've rolled out two key products. First, the savings and the investment. The savings product is what we call the smart account. So with a smart account, today, when we started, it was just the voter's ID card and the passport you needed to come into the bank. But today, with the Ghana card, you go to any of our agent points and your smart account will be open for you in less than 2 minutes. You have a smart account and you go home with that. In that same vein, realize that there was a need to bring investment, because financial inclusion means that the entire ecosystem of financial services need to be available to these customers. It needs to be affordable. It needs to be developed in a responsible way and sustainable way. So looking at an investment product where the customers don't feel like they have to do a lot of contribution. Just with a daily 30 cedis, 50 cedis contribution, you also get an insurance base. What the Smart Goal does for you is that you want your child to go to school maybe in the next 6 months. The fees is 5,000 or whatever, 3,000, 2,000, whatever the goal is. So the goal, as we say, SMART goal, is to set a goal. Say, I want to make about this deposit in the next few months. Make that deposit as a daily deposit or monthly deposit. If something should happen to you within the period, the banks, the insurance cover under the investment will cover you and also cover the goal that you set for yourself.
Wonderful.
And then the final part that we are bringing on board, and our customers should look out for this because we've been excited. They've been loyal to us for over 10 years, just delivering investments and savings without a credit. And I mean, today we have quite a significant deposit that sits with us without a credit product. That tells what the customers actually want. They actually want to save their money. Accessibility is key. Reliability is key for them. And what we are going to roll out in the next few months is what we call the Smart Loan.
The Smart Loan.
It's the first microcredit from a bank to customers that are unknown. You don't need collateral, no documentation. Just in the comfort of your home, you dial a short code. You either go on our mobile app, WhatsApp banking, or our USSD, and then you have.
So it starts with a smart account.
It starts with a smart account,
and then you can get a smart loan.
Can get a smart
all
loan.
on phone. Let me come back to Doc. And by the way, we're talking to friends from Fidelity Bank who are celebrating a decade and a few in inclusive banking. Now, you are the head of agency banking. So, talking about your agency network, how many agents do you have? What are the typical services these agents render? And if somebody is listening who wants to be an agent, maybe I have a pharmacy, I have a whatever. How do I come on board as an agent?
Right. So, again, just to buttress a bit on what Sam said. I mean, if you take the whole financial inclusion ecosystem, so inclusive banking is the product development arm. So they are the marketing bit of financial inclusion because they come like the smart account and then the smart loan, and we are the distribution arm. So we make sure that if you have the smart account, you want to undertake any transaction, where do you go? Currently, we have close to about 10,000 agents, like I indicated in my preamble, scattered across the country. Okay, I mean, ranging from, about 70 to 80% of our agents are Momo agents because of the liquidity issue, because you need money to be able to do your transaction. Okay, somebody comes to do deposit, for example, you need to have money, e-cash, to be able to move money from your wallet into the person's account and take the person's cash. If somebody wants to come and do withdrawal, you need physical cash to be able to actually move money from your wallet into from the person's wallet into your wallet. So the services are quite enormous, but the basic ones that we do at the agent point are the deposits. You can, and you don't need to be only smart account customer to do transaction at the agent point. All our segments, customer segment can do transaction at the agent point. You can do deposit, you can do withdrawal, you can even do transfer from your Fidelity account to another Fidelity account, or from your Fidelity account to another bank account to this GIP platform. You can do top up of your airtime if you want to. You can even pay bills. So if you DSTV subscriber and you want to go and pay DSTV, you can go there. ECG, you can go and buy your prepaid or actually pay your postpaid there. So there are quite a plethora of services that you can undertake at the agent point. Now, if somebody wants to become an agent, it's quite simple. You walk to any of our 80 plus branches across the country, and just tell whoever that you meet that you want to become an agent, and they will direct you to the right person. They can take your details. Now, to become an agent, there are some basic requirements. Number one, you need to have a registered business. Okay. And you need to also have a sound mind, of course. You need to have some kind of integrity, because you are going to actually deal with cash.
All right.
Now, the outlet that you are going to use will have to be a solid outlet. You are not on tabletop, so you cannot actually use tabletop to do an agency banking business. You need to either be in a store or maybe a container with a solid base. Okay, and then you'll be able to also, if you can also call this toll-free line. It's 0800 003355. 0800 003355, and then you'll be told, we take you through the process as to how you can become an agent of the bank. We, like I indicated, apart from the fact that we have these independent agents, most of whom are the Momo agents, we also have some partnership arrangements. Currently, if you go to about 30 or so Ghana Post outlets, you will see Fidelity agents there. If you also visit some of the top Melcom outlets in the country, we also have our agent there. And going forward, we are looking at actually expanding our agency network so that a lot more can come on board. Yeah.
Let's end with the outlook for financial inclusion for the bank, for Ghana and Africa as a whole. Where do you see, when you started, 70% was the unbanked. I'm sure it's reduced now. What's the outlook for financial inclusion for the bank and the country and maybe the continent?
So let me just speak before.
Yeah.
Like in the 70%, as at the last Afrobarometer report, I think it's reduced to about less than 50%. Okay, so and Fidelity Bank, we've played a very significant role. But now, if you see, most of the banks are actually latching on. We have quite a few of the banks actually going into the agency banking, because quite apart from it is not financially beneficial to the bank, I should say, but giving access to the customer wherever that they are is very important. So the outlook looks very bright. We are trying to actually look at improving the use cases at the agent point. So when you go to the agent point, quite apart from just a few services that I've indicated, you can do a bit more, so that when the customer goes there, you'll be able to be served and served well. And then we have given employment to about 10,000. When I can imagine about 10,000 Ghanaians. I mean, it is huge. And so we are looking at actually increasing the number going forward. For benefit of time, I would want Sam to
talk a bit about that.
I think for Fidelity Bank, we want to continue to play a key role within this sector. What we want to do for the next couple of years is to continually and listen to our customers, to improve on our product innovation, understand the needs of the customers so that we can meet them. Like the basis that at the end of the day, we need to play a key role in the economic livelihood of our people. So the people always will matter to us, how we innovate around their needs to make sure that we deliver the right product for them in a responsible way and also in a sustainable way. Key among them is also we're going to do a lot of partnership, which we already done. We have one of the biggest partnerships that we've used to deliver a product called the Yellow Save. It has one of our biggest bays as well. So partnership will be key for us in going for, because we want to continuously engage and also bank the last inch, not the last mile.
Wow. We've been talking to Fidelity Bank with Beleobi Samuel Dodu and Odade Dr. David Ochery. Who would have thought? Samuel is the head of inclusive banking, Fidelity Bank. They pioneered this inclusive banking and they've really, really done a lot in that field. And if you want to be an agent, you know what to do. If you want to also join their smart account, he's also giving us what to do. Dr. David Ochery, head of agency banking, Fidelity Bank as well. Gentlemen, thank you. Congratulations. Talk to you soon.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Coming up shortly, the Young CEO Dialogue Series Next Gen GoPro Edition is happening big time. And I'll be speaking to the organizers shortly. Before that, escape the holiday hustle and bustle with your loved ones for an incredible experience to Dubai and Nairobi with Copan Hospitality from the 20th to the 27th of December for only $1,650 USD, which includes visa accommodation, tour activities, airline ticket, and a Copan travel card. Don't miss out on this chance to close the year in style with memories. Call 026 23 49 886. Get in touch with us on our social media platforms, Copan Hospitality. Ghana's #1 property website, Mikasa, is back with the biggest housing event, the Mikasa Home and Property Fair 2024. If you're looking to buy your first or next home, an investment property, genuine land, or get expert advice on your home ownership, this is the fair for you. Come meet over 50 seasoned developers, speak to mortgage providers, home improvement retailers, and listen to great insights on housing. It's on the 2nd and 3rd of November. The Cozy Insights of Mevimik Ambassador Hotel is hosting us from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. each day. You can also go to mikasa.com, MEQASA.com/fair, or call 0501 680 737. And with Obaya Provident Insurance Reliable WhatsApp Assistant, you can renew, buy, and file claims for your vehicle anytime, anywhere, anyhow. Simply add Obaya's number 0242 426 396. That's 0242 426 396 to your phone contact and say hi. Obaya would lead you through how to get this insurance thing going. It's hassle free, it's straight to the point. I'm going straight to my next conversation. And who do I have in the studio? I have the managing consultant for the Family Office Africa, Theodore Albright.
Hello.
Hey, Charlie, it's your name. Theodore Albright, big man. And I have the COO of Base Elements, Alex Abiu. Did I get that right?
You did.
Alex Abiu. So why are they here? Well, the Young CEOs Dialogues Next Gen Pro Edition is a capacity building and networking event designed to empower and connect emerging business leaders. Now, I'm focusing on equipping young CEOs with the tools, insights, and strategies to accelerate their growth and success. Now, this is a joint event, a collabo, as they say, between Base Elements Limited, of who I have Alex,
yeah.
and the other organization called Family Office Africa with Theodore. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
How are you guys doing?
We're
exceedingly
good.
well.
Thank you.
I like that. Despite the Black Stars, we are moving on.
You know what I mean? Life continues.
Young CEO Dialogue Series Next Gen GoPro. Sounds like a new camera. Theodore, tell me about this. What is this?
So, everything rises and falls on leadership.
Yes, sir.
Leadership rises and falls on mindset.
Thank you.
And we want to bring a new generation who are equipped to tackle the VUCA environment, the fast-changing environment, the fourth industrial age. That's what we want to do.
I like that. Everything rises and falls on leadership. Leadership rises and falls on mindsets. So to survive in the VUCA environment, you need a mind shift in how you lead.
Yes.
And this is why this is what you're organizing.
This is why we're organizing this.
I like this. So who's Base Element and who's Family Office Africa? So who's Base Element?
Okay, so let me go quickly there. So I think it's important that we're able to give a backdrop to the organizers behind the program. So Base Element, it's a joint collaboration, like you said, between Base Element and Family Office Africa. Base Element is a full-service marketing agency headquartered in Cyprus with branches in several countries across the world. First of its kind in Africa, which is in Ghana. It is the brains behind as well CEO Dialogues, which is a collaboration between Base Element and Ishmael Yamsin Associates and KPMG. So if you like, Young CEO Dialogues is the lower bit to try to reach CEOs who are emerging, younger CEOs, while CEO Dialogues appeals more to the elderly and experienced CEOs. So that's the story behind CEO Dialogues. Carefully researched, intrinsic, capacity building initiative, trying to reach our emerging business leaders to equip them with the strategies, tools, insights, and knowledge to be able to compete in the increasingly competitive global business environment. We're not looking just local, but global as well. So that's about us. The program is under the joint auspices of the AGI and the Ghana Chamber of Young Entrepreneurs.
Interesting.
Theodore will speak to...
Tell me a bit about your other organization.
So the Family Office Africa is a resource to family businesses, business families, leaders, C-suite executives, and we bring to them leadership, governance, strategy, human capacity development, intergenerational wealth transfer, and legal. That's my background.
That's amazing.
But the critical elements are leadership, governance, and strategy.
LGS. Now, so tell me a bit about the Next Gen GoPro series. What exactly is your message for young CEOs?
Very simply, think better, do better, be better for positive impact and positive outcomes.
Think better,
do better, be better for positive impact and positive outcomes.
Wonderful. So who's the typical CEO you're seeking to reach through this program?
Okay, so we're looking at, like I said, this is more towards the younger CEOs. We're looking at CEOs, male, female, between 25, 40. Typically, young CEOs, I mean, the terms in the practice.
So the young is between 25 and 40?
25 and 40.
I don't qualify.
You know what I mean?
So
you're much older than that.
Oh, really? Nature has dealt you a good blow.
Okay. So 25, 40.
I'm older than 40.
You say so 25,
25 to 40.
Yeah.
Male,
Good.
female.
Male,
be
female.
able to CEO of virtually every
level of company, every kind of company.
You're looking technology, agribusiness, manufacturing, real estate, music and entertainment, media, digital, social, marketing and communications, hospitality, sales and retail, and real estate development. Virtually every industry, because we're looking to empower them to be able to perform on the global level, not locally as well.
Yeah.
So virtually across industries.
How many days event is this?
It's a 3-day packed event at the Scenic Volta Hotel in Akosombo.
So we are going out of town.
Oh, we are going out of town.
3 days?
Yeah.
Taking them away from the hustle and bustle of Accra to the scenic surroundings of Akosombo. A 3-day packed event incorporating everything. I mean, you're going to see Theodore give you all of this stuff over a 3-day period.
Yeah. So obviously we have to register. Can you give me a sense of the cost and then what we need to do?
All right.
Because I'm sure there are limited seats,
they are
places. Yeah.
Okay. So what we expect? So the 3-day packed event from November 15th to November 17th.
Exactly a month from this week.
Exactly a month from this time at the Volta Hotel. You would have to. For the 3-day event, incorporating accommodation,
obviously food.
Conference, food, transportation, all of that, value for only 7,500 Ghana cedis.
Okay, that's
for
reasonable.
7,500 for a 3-day packed event incorporating
15, 16, 17 November.
17th November. So keep the
It's
dates.
residential.
It's residential.
And so is there a number to call to register? How do I secure my seat?
To register, you would go to the website, which is www.youngceodialogues.com, where you register and you have all the rest of the information that,
Take your time,
that you need. So
www.youngceodialogues.com. Hold on, there's an S.
CEO Dialogues.
So it's plural.
Plural.
So youngceodialogues.com. Once you go there, you can
register. There's an email address that you can send, and then there's a number that you can call as well. But let me give the number anyway: 0241 304050. So 0241 304050.
I like that. 0241 304050.
304050. Simple.
Is there a window of opportunity where, for example, you have to register by a certain date and that kind of thing?
Okay. So we expect that registration can start immediately. The quicker you come, the earlier obviously you can book.
Secure your seat.
Secure your date. So basically, it's open from now until November 15th, really.
Yeah. Theodore, before you go, so what would this do for a company that I don't know, see you struggling, or he just basically is exhausted and he wants a new idea? What's your promise to this person?
The individual will find themselves. So self-awareness, self-assurance, self-motivation, self-development, self-growth for greater value. Ultimately, the intent is that we create leaders who influence, inform, and inspire themselves and then others to think better, do better, be better for positive impact. Now, because the world is now flat, metaphorically speaking, it means that once you have grown yourself, you position yourself to go anywhere in the world.
All right.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So 0241 50 30 40 50. So 0241 304050 is the number, or youngceodialogues.com. Register before it's the seats run out. I've been speaking to Theodore Albright, managing consultant, the Family Office Africa, and Alex Abiu, who is the COO of Base Elements, the co-organizers of the Young CEO Dialogue Series Next Gen Go Pro Edition. Think better, do better, be better.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show. The Citi.
amazing programs, master's programs, including programs in accounting, supply chain, theology, business information technology, information security, nursing. All of these available. Call 020-229-8399 or go to hcuc.edu.gh or pay a visit to their campus. It's a beautiful campus not far from Amasaman. Heritage Christian University College, educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders. If you're feeling lucky, simply dial *712# and get your ticket. The more you buy, the better your chances of winning. It could be a life-changing event for you. The luck is on its way, and your community could get changed through this. The luckiest luck is coming your way. And get into a latex foam showroom and experience the difference of a high-quality mattress. The one we call Vuno mattress. Powerful. You will sleep. They are crafted for ultimate relaxation. Call 0322-008-499 or 0302-231-155 or go to latexfoamghana.com for more information. How I wrap them. The way they be my speckle, this girl, it they feel me, oh. It they rise up my head, oh. If I do the rap, one day I'll let you rap on air. Can you do it? But you're a Kumasi girl, you challenge.
Yeah, so Kumasi is mostly about Daddy Lumba. That's how Michael Jackson. So everywhere you pass.
But Kumasi too, you do well with those days. Lord Kenya,
and then Ochame Kwame. Yeah.
So you don't do too much Saturday.
The rap song, yeah, but then.
But Sarkodie is now an international figure. You have to rap it to Alaji. One day. Or you know what we do? Alaji,
we do it in a different way.
In a different style. Okay, let's end it here. Let's just go straight to the news.
Coming up, Speaker of Parliament to rule on